Okay, so just sorry for the slight delay there. Had to fix a few things on this end. And we are up to session number 59. And at the table today we have Stefan.
Hello. I am playing Tidal Rift. Portia Genasi monk who has a peculiar aversion to curtains. It's a serious problem. Needs
more fabric.
Yeah.
He's a bit frayed.
More cowbell than fabric. Yes.
Oh, he just gets some ribbons.
Maybe.
Or is that just curtains cut up?
Yeah, it could be. Just don't tell them.
Okay, online today we have Jeremy.
Good evening all. Yes, I'm playing Pedadir, the human Atruaghin clan, previously rogue class as a watchman of the clan, but now has taken on some of the role of savior of the clan and has undertaken some divine capability in that sense. Okay. Mainly out to try and make the world a better place, especially for children.
Which he's doing a fine job of so far. Okay, also online today we have Paul. Who's still on mute?
Yes, who is called Denmark, a nice guy, diplomat, backup healer, sometimes main healer, and walk.
Though I do like the distinction, nice guy and diplomat. As if those two are not the same thing.
Sometimes when you are a diplomat, you have to be fierce.
I know, I'm sorry, I just couldn't help it. And also online tonight we have Kesley.
Hi, I'm playing Lonnie, the Makai human fighter, who is the main tank of the group. She's here to have a good time and help out any way she can, and yeah.
And she does quite well with it.
Yeah.
So far, I think of the entire group, you're the only one who hasn't got knocked down.
I think so.
Okay, so you are currently doing a storyline based on Castle Amber from which is a reprint of an old adventure. And we've got a spooky sound set from Sirenscape in the background just to make watching it so much better when you ever rewatch it. I'm sure that won't be too freaky for you with the weird sound effects in the background.
Yes.
So, last session you had completed a task to kill a werewolf as you had been tasked with this to obtain the Sword of Silair, the fourth of 4 different parts you needed to access the Tome of Etienne d'Amberville. The other 3 being the Potion of Time Travel, the Serpent Mirror, and the Ring of Eberus.
And we have the instructions on how to apply them to each other.
Yep.
That you do.
And we are up to the point of doing exactly that.
Well, no, because I haven't actually got the sword yet.
But we had.
We killed the werewolf, but we haven't actually gone back to.
Oh, we haven't.
Yes.
We've done what we need to get the sword, but haven't got the sword.
Are you up
Yeah.
for coffee or something?
I'm good at the moment. I just wanted to
Hopefully,
make sure you had something.
the next step won't be difficult, but hey, that'd be a change from the rest of the adventure.
Well, hey, you did manage to get the potion from the second chance of getting it, when you could have got it off the first or got it off the 5th. So you didn't take the hard path, but you could have taken it a bit easier.
Yeah, well, we took a path that worked, and I think that's all we really need to do right now.
Technically, every path will work because you've already done it, according to Drazzle.
Thank you, Drazzle. I think I remember something you were telling me at some point that is related to that. I'm going to try not to think of it right now.
Well, he never tells you about events that you can influence.
No, but he's quite willing to tell me about how quantum effects work.
Yeah.
With no physics background.
That is true. And using the same word for multiple things.
Yes.
I'm sure hand wavy works for many things.
Works and works usually are not necessarily the same thing.
Well, it works for him. Whether it works for anyone else remains to be seen.
Of course.
So, you've got the body of the werewolf. What do you take as proof for slaying the werewolf? Because it's still in werewolf form.
Oh, bloody hell.
Which is quite large.
Is he wearing anything that would stand out as unique?
Well, I mean, the point is, it's going to be too difficult to take the body home.
We could do that, though. We could take the whole thing.
Because, I mean, hey, Penadier could quite happily add another werewolf pelt to his collection.
If I remember right, I believe this werewolf is like 3 stories tall.
He is, yes. So it's quite a pelt.
Yes. So, was he wearing anything that we could take that is recognisable as unique to him? If not, we'll take his head.
Well, his head's the size of a cart, so that would be quite unique.
I was thinking of what he was wearing, not part of his body.
He did not return to humanoid form after you killed him.
Yeah, right. So did what he was wearing carry over to his wolf form in any way?
Nothing did, except for
In which case, the sole consideration is how do we get the head there? Do we just take the ears? That would probably be the way to go.
Well, no, traditionally you take the tongue, don't you?
No, I've never heard of that as a tradition anywhere in the world for werewolves or anything else, really.
Well, no,
That's just weird.
It's more traditionally for dragons.
I've not even heard of it for dragons.
Oh, no, it's a classic tale on the sense that the proof of the person who killed the dragon was the person that came back with the dragon's tongue, as opposed to the person who came across the dead body, cut off the head, proudly brought it back and said, look, I killed the dragon. And the real guy came up and said, well, actually, no, you didn't. Look, I've got his tongue.
I've never actually read or heard that story.
Oh, okay. But actually, no. But
that's a singular story anyway.
Penadier is certainly keen to actually try and take the pelt. Hey, it's a worthy pelt.
Okay, you spend time cutting the pelt. You do have a skill with that, so you do manage to, after multiple practice.
It's going to give even
survival skill 22.
Even the lightest part of it, even the lightest part of that pelt, will give you sufficient leather for hide armor.
But while he's doing it, also, he might suggest that perhaps you might want to look through the wizard's lair. There may be something in there that can be proof that at least the wizard be dealt with.
Yeah, well, okay, while I'm checking the lair for something that he may have been wearing at some point, could you cut off and leave aside one of the ears? Because we'll use that if I can't find anything.
Well, he's only trying to take the top of a single piece, so therefore it'll all be part of the same thing.
Yeah, well, if you can take the whole thing and we can carry it, then cool. But if we can't, we've got to have something else with
We'll work something.
As you turn around, you notice that the hillside with the hole into the sorcerer's lair is no longer there.
Well, there goes the cave stuff.
You were too slow, obviously.
This is the thing. The too slow doesn't really come into it. It's the player finding stuff out is what's taken time. The character would have gone, it's an entire wolf, there's nothing I can get from that unless I take an ear, turns around to see if the cave is the cave, nothing there. There's none of this time thing in it.
And the thing is, it basically, you turn around and look and it's not there almost within a minute or two of leaving the cave. So it's not like you waited the half hour or so it took prey deer to skin the large wolf.
Yeah. Yeah. Cave went away, obviously put it there by magic and it's gone.
I suppose, wasn't he, in order to turn into the wolf, didn't he have a ring of some kind that he, like, turned or something?
He did, except you don't think it actually turned him into a wolf, you think it changed the time.
Yeah, he was playing the time, he happened to also be a werewolf.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is that ring on his wolfness somewhere? Because he's, I'm presuming, going to have access to it while he's in wolf form.
Okay, you have a look, and he does not appear to have any jewelry visible on him.
Okay, Peter would be able to confidently state by the time he's done the wolf,
Which was my point.
On the inside or the outside.
Which was my point when I said that. Yes.
And so between the four of you, you find that no, there doesn't appear to be anything else on him beside, considering he's now had his pelt removed.
Right.
And you also notice you appear to be on the edge of the forest.
On the edge.
So that means it's only a few miles to the castle anyway.
The forest lies between you and the castle.
Yeah, we're on the far edge of it.
Oh, okay.
Which maybe better going around. The thing is, I don't know if we were at the edge of the forest when this started.
No, you weren't.
There you go. So if we go
from the north end of the forest,
so if we go around the forest, the trip might get shorter as we go.
You look past the forest, all you see is smoke.
Hold on, past the forest? We can see on to the other side of it?
From the close edge to where you are, the edge that you're on at the moment is just smoke. That's all that's there.
Right.
Oh, okay, but not necessarily smoke like fire. You're talking smoke as in mist that it's a bit like the amber mist that you came across when we first.
Very much so.
No, probably actually smoke. The thing is, what Martin is telling us is we're going back through the forest.
Yeah, no, they can't. But also what he's saying is the fact that it's not smoke because it's a bushfire, it's smoke because it's the edge of the well. The edge of the world. So it's definitely... Yep. Well, hey, if nothing else, we know that the forest is clear of the big werewolf now, so should be safe.
Yeah, except other things may come out of the woodworks, but we'll see.
Yeah. So is Kennedy able to skin and bundle up the wolf pelt effectively to make it a bulky but carryable item?
You do have a bulky but carryable item, yes.
Cool, happy with that.
Cool. Even if it's dragging it, we're still fine.
I don't know. If it has to be dragged, it's got to be I'll make a bit of a branch spray type stuff. So it's not
Make
going
it-
to be dragged through the full.
Yeah, just call it choice, and you don't really drag things without something like that. Yes.
Lonnie would help carry it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start heading back to the tower.
Mm-hmm.
So your path will be based on a survival check.
Right.
That Kennedy will quite happily lead the way.
Yeah, we all look at parody for that one.
He only got 17, unfortunately.
Okay.
But still, not too bad.
Much to Praedier's disquiet, I'd say, is the further you travel towards the tower, the more you notice that the edge of the forest is still right behind you, as is the body of the werewolf. And you've been and it takes you about 7 hours to reach the edge of
So
the
it's not the
forest.
idea that the world is shrinking in upon us as we're going, because the body's still there, therefore we're actually not managing to...
You think
progress
certain
anyway.
aspects of the realm aren't disappearing, but some are.
Hmm.
So the body of the werewolf is on the edge of the realm, and the edge is coming with you.
We're
so-
dragging the realm smaller.
Or rather, the realm is shrinking because of the death of the werewolf, possibly. So,
Yeah, but if it's keeping up with us,
yes.
then the skin of the werewolf is holding some remnant magic that's maintaining the realm.
I will aim to pick up the pace a little bit if I can to outrun the end of the world.
Yes.
Okay. So, give me another survival roll and see how well you can do.
This time we got there. 28.
Okay, so in another hour or so, you can't see the body anymore,
Okay.
but you can still see the edge of the world. It's just further off now.
Okay.
Right.
So at least it's progression.
And by the time you see,
Something.
by the time you see the tower, you think the woods is only about 1 or 2 mile in width instead of the 40 or 50 mile it was when you first entered.
Mm-hmm. So, well, I think she'll know that we killed the werewolf, or if she doesn't, she'll think that, hang on, maybe killing the werewolf wasn't the right idea.
Well, we were tasked with killing it and told we would need to kill it to get the sword. So
Oh yeah, no.
the alternative is having a proper robe.
Oh yeah, no. I'm certainly Panagia is not suggesting for a moment that we haven't done the right thing. I'm just saying the fact that if what was her name, Sapphire, something,
Sophocles. No.
Sephora.
Sephora. Yep. Yes. If Sephora knew what was going to happen to her realm with the death of the werewolf, maybe she could have come with other thought processes. But that won't be our problem.
No, it's not. She said to do a thing, and we did a thing, and the response from that is, well, the person who lives here should know about the consequences, or possibly consequences, depending on what you're doing.
But yeah, so having reached the edge of the forest and potentially, presumably, seeing the tower in the distance.
You also see that the cromlech is now, by the time you reach the tower, not that far from the front of the tower itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
we're shrinking in all directions.
Yeah, I really get the impression this is going to turn from a forest realm to somebody's front garden.
Well, I think the impression is going to turn to nothingness, but
Well, it depends. If they've still got the wolf skin retains some power, then they may have the tower and the 50 yards around it.
maybe.
But again, not a problem.
Indeed. Let's just see if Sephora is happy enough with the results to hold up her end of the bargain.
Okay, so you reach the front, the base of the tower.
Were there any lights or anything like that, or any indication of habitation as we approached?
No, there wasn't really much last time you were here either, but it is the only structure that you saw last time you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides the contract.
Is the doorman still there?
The doorman is not there.
Okay. Well, we'll keep moving forward then and knock on the door initially.
Okay, the door crumbles as you knock on it.
Okay.
Okay, we will have a look inside the tower. Does it look like the tower's on its way to crumbling?
The tower itself looks fairly solid.
But it's made of stone rather than the
It's made of stone.
less age-worthy wood.
Yeah. The stone may crumble over time, but it would take a while.
Yeah.
So I'm
yes.
going to guess there's nobody inside that there's
What?
a sword to find.
Penedy will call out through the doorway saying, Hello?
You can see the big double doors inside that headed into the throne room.
there's no answer to a hail.
There's no answer.
Yeah. I'll probably just leave the wolf's pelt outside the tower for the moment and
Yeah.
move in and open the doors to find out if anyone's still home, anyone's still around.
Well, you grab the handle and the door falls apart again. You've got the handle. And you can
Big metal.
And you can see Sephora sitting on the throne with what appears to be a sword across her lap with her head looking down.
I'm going to guess she's not going to look at us when we say hi.
Well,
I say hi.
Wiki, but yes.
I
She-
say hi.
She
I'm
does
happy
not
that you can
respond.
take over.
Give me
Greetings,
an
Sephora. We return with your task complete.
give me an insight roll.
Insight, she's actually dead. Is it that easy?
Well, Penedy got a total of 8 with his plus 7.
Ow.
So, what would Frady like to say actually happened?
No.
He's
Yeah.
making no comment at the moment because he's just thinking, uh-oh.
Well, it's definitely not a position at this point.
At least the sword's there.
Yeah, I hope so. I got 19.
Okay, she looks like she has crystallized.
Wee. Alright. Yeah. So she's not responding at all. She's crystallized and is solid and lifeless, I'm presuming.
Yep, unmoving.
Yep. I'm going to check with the mirror. Is she actually lifeless?
So you walk up to her to check with the mirror?
Actually, you're doing the
Yes.
seed scope breath on the mirror or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Penedy will be looking around the rest of the room just to ensure that there's nothing else about to jump out of us.
There doesn't appear to be anything else here as you're looking around. Not even cobwebs or dust or those ghostly butlers.
Yeah, well, they'll walk on.
And you use a mirror and you notice that there's no nostril openings. It's all basically...
Oh, she's actually solid.
she's
a solid statue of herself.
And she looks like she's made of ice.
Yeah, her arms decided to freeze. Okay. Can we see the sword?
Yes, you can see it's lying across her lap between her hands.
I apologise to the now crystalline being, or a crystalline statue that used to be a woman. And take the sword.
Okay.
Penedy is one of the excited one. He's anxious. He's saying, come on, grab it, let's go.
Well, my next my next statement, my next thought, and therefore my next statement, is we're not going to take time to look around for anything else valuable. Litovsky.
Okay, so as you pick up the sword, you hear the sound of bells as you notice that her whole body cracks.
Ooh, I hope
Okay,
it covers that.
Okay, this is not walking time. I would also suggest that if you want that wolf pelt, take it with you and find a bag of holding somewhere.
Okay, you're certainly aiming to grab the handles of the tray and be moving rapidly towards the comm leg.
Yes.
Which is now fortunately close.
And as you step out the front door into the cromlech,
Yeah, okay, so close.
you sort of turn back and look, and there's nothing there behind you. It's just everything's just gone.
Yeah. Is the cromlech, like the ruins of the cromlech, still visible that we were in France?
Well, the cromlech is a ruin.
Well,
yes.
you can see out one side of it the ruins of the Francian, but the other side is just smoke.
Okay.
Right, okay. But we're now on the Francian side.
You're in between.
Right. So
we're still between, are we? Okay.
Yeah. So the doorway's still there. There's nothing for the door to go to.
No, so we keep moving towards the Francian side. Is that the okay?
That's what I'm saying, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we move towards the Francian side.
We keep doing that. The characters keep doing that, no matter what we say. The characters keep doing that until they're somewhere remotely safe.
And as the last of you step out, there's a crack, and you see the cromlech fall either side as it collapses.
That wasn't me this time, just making it clear.
And
No, you were standing away from it.
At this point, Tidal notices that Drazzle still isn't amongst you.
Drazzle can take care of himself.
Oh, yeah.
Usually he does.
If he always goes off for ages and then randomly appears when you least expect it.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that time he randomly disappeared and came back and beat up 4 Dragonkin. No, 6, I think.
Yeah. So that's a cromlech, and the top stone just broke.
Yeah.
And the two side ones probably fell into each other.
3. Yeah. The point I'm making though is these things are already ruins. This is a barrow grave where the hill's worn away.
Yeah.
Right. Barrow grave with no barrow.
So then it's just a grave.
So we've come back out into Francia, into the forest on the eastern side of the river, where the cromlech originally was.
Where it originally was, yes. In the ruins of the fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderbar.
And what time does the day look like?
It looks like you're in the noon, roughly the time you entered.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like no time has
hungry.
passed. No, you're not actually feeling hungry yet because, as far as your body's concerned, no time has passed.
Okay. Well, so if I wouldn't do it, I was asking people what Pettidew, in fact, because Pettidew, ever since he had that ghostly feast, apparently he hasn't had to worry about food too much at all. So, with the immunity to starvation. But, okay.
Yeah.
Give me a perception roll, everyone.
Modified 20.
A modified 20? Yep.
15.
28 for Pettidew.
And what did Tidal get?
Nope.
He got a 1, did he? Okay, so you're busy looking for Drazzle.
Yep, that's fair.
Luell is admiring the sword. It really is of Fey make. Basically, the people who taught the elves.
Yeah. I'm really hoping that the ritual we're about to do does not expend this sword.
and Lani picks up the sound of something flying over, like one of the planes you saw earlier. And at that point, Praydeer sort of notices that he thinks, while it's roughly the same time of day, it appears time has actually passed since you were here, because the forest has changed.
Everything's changing at the moment.
Okay.
Although now we're out here, it's going to change less. But how's it changed?
But yes, well, the difference is that the machine that Lani heard flying overhead was not a biplane; it was a stealth fighter.
That
Well,
would be concerning.
Sorry, I have to disagree. The plane has a roll for stealth first, then it's a stealth fight.
But you do get a glint of metal flying in the skies above.
Okay.
And quite a few of them flying overhead.
right.
Benedict will encourage the others to at least come off into the shelter of the forest.
Oh, yeah.
On the idea that's probably a slightly better shelter than the ruined castle.
It's all right.
And Praydeer thinks at least 20 to 30 years may have passed.
So,
Okay. Strictly, it doesn't matter to us.
and Benedict's not going to worry you with that sort of information.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't messing with birds
he
last
is
time
going
they
to
were here.
suggest that this might be as good a place as any to do the ritual to summon the tomb.
That's right.
Yeah, because the instructions don't specify a specific location, do they?
They do not.
We will carefully go over the instructions in their entirety twice to make sure we have them all straight.
Summoning the tomb to us rather than us going to the tomb. So,
Exactly. Well, that's the whole point of this sort of key.
yeah.
Oh, so we'll do it in the city. That's fine, right?
Let's just do it standing in the woodland over there, behind those trees, so we can't be seen from the road, if there is one.
And so if Plural idly commented out loud about, "Gee, I hope this sword survives the ritual," Benedict is again thinking, "Oh, since we've got to coat the sword with the potion of time travel, I'm not guaranteeing coming back with it."
Hey, potion of time travel, it might turn into a lightsaber.
Well, if we wait long enough, it probably will anyway. The way time's travelling at the moment.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so following the instructions, you use the Ring of Ebon and touch the viper's tail on the mirror frame.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you see the tail of the serpent uncoils enough for you to slide the ring over the tail.
Cool.
And then the ring slowly moves around it until it reaches the head like a collar.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right.
Then we'll do the sword anointing.
Okay, so you anoint the sword with the potion of time travel.
Yep.
And the sword itself glows bright gold and makes a hum. I'm sorry, I couldn't help that last bit.
Now,
My favorite.
if Penalty was involved in the anointing, then he'll suggest that we pass the sword to Lani as the biggest and strongest to shatter the mirror.
I like this plan.
And Penalty's going to stand back.
I do
Also
enjoy
useful.
dancing.
Okay, so you take a mighty swing, or you just tap it?
With how it's glowing, not necessarily a gentle tap, but like a good tap.
Give it a solid whack.
Just like a whack.
Are you hitting the front of the barrel or the back of the barrel?
But however the instructions said to do it, I'm gonna do it that way.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, my notes have the attempt to shatter the mirror.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
well,
But there are many ways to do that.
Absolutely.
Yes. Like the t-shirt.
So that's why I was asking, because hey, it doesn't tell you exactly how to shatter it.
Like the t-shirt I thought I saw about sword fighting. It says hit them with any end.
Oh, so hold the sword and use your forehead to hit the mirror. Got it.
No, you've got to use the sword. That's quite clear. On the
Okay.
other hand, you could put the sword on the mirror and then headbutt the sword so it smashes the mirror. That would work. We'll let you. We'll watch.
Hold the sword by the point between your teeth and then
Yep.
bash it with the hilt.
Yep.
That would work too.
Whichever way Lani chooses to do it, please describe.
So I take the sword, I kind of aim it up the way where I want to hit it.
A nice double-handed grip we're talking here.
I'm gonna aim it with one hand,
Oh.
and then as I pull back, I add my second hand and just go bam.
Alright, so we're doing a couple golf swings in practice, is that right?
Yeah, just kind of almost more like Babe Ruth pointing out into the outfield.
Ah, good to see. Yep, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it swings solidly into the mirror. As it strikes it, you hear an extremely high-pitched bell sound.
Penalty will take another couple steps back.
As the mirror and sword shatter into thousands of shards before you.
Broke it.
No, it was a beautiful sword.
And an amber haze surrounds the four of you.
I agree.
Well, an amber haze, which is very, very promising right at this point.
Which also says it heals the party at the same time. So aren't you all lucky?
Yeah.
So you're all healed to max.
Nice.
And recover any expended spell slots or daily ability uses as if you've had a long rest.
Oh, even better.
I don't suppose it's cured soul burn as well.
Or phobias.
Hey, we can't expect miracles.
No, but no.
Didn't do soul burn. Didn't do phobias either. Ask again next time.
We still know how to fix that, though.
Though we could have made it worse.
Yeah, wrapping
Yes.
the curtain. That'll fix it.
No.
You could be afraid of mirrors from here on out.
Oh
Exposure
no.
therapy.
Yeah.
Okay, so once the you feel the strength of the haze. Before you see a building, and that's the only thing you see in the amber haze.
Okay.
I didn't leave it there.
There's the building. How far away does it look like it is?
So it's a massive 50-foot wall tomb made of amber-coloured marble. Carved over the entrance is the name Etienne de Amberville.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's it.
The door is painted in the Amber family crest, a black shield with a golden phoenix.
Yep.
Oh, that Francian dude.
An amber crown is painted above the crest.
I think we're looking at a clue.
A clue, I think, is the place where we're supposed
This
to go.
this is beyond a clue.
So that's basically what you guys see.
But this could be where we're supposed to go.
Yes. The clue here is that door there. Open it.
Jump to conclusions, I think.
The left one.
The small picture.
A very big conclusion and
Yep.
a very obvious one.
Well,
This is the
Penalty will aim to do a circuit of the tomb just to ensure that there's nothing on the other side or nothing visible in this amber mist.
Yep. I'm going to have a look at
Looking out for other
the door.
clues.
I'm going to have a look at the door itself. It's probably got some sort of insignia on it I can have a look at.
So it's about 250 feet by 250 feet.
Wow.
Well, the door.
The structure that because that was the first thing that had been stated.
That's not
Yeah.
small.
Yeah, it's
I'll leave the wolf pack sitting out in the front door before I
It's
do the
big.
circuit.
It's big for a tomb. It's about right size for a frigging castle.
And it seems to be constructed of amber with flecks of onyx embedded in it.
Oh, the money.
Uh,
The amount that would be worth.
So what you're saying is on Zillow, this would be a great house.
No.
Exactly right.
It seems to be illuminated from within. And the door seems to be made from limestone.
Mm-hmm. So,
Any
And
other features on the other three walls as I did the circuit? Any other exits or entrances?
No other exits or entrances. Only one entrance. Up a grand staircase.
After having a look at the door, do I see anything interesting about the door apart from it being covered in various signs and so on, which I was expecting? If not, I'm going to attempt to open it.
Okay.
Etienne opens the door and says, "Welcome to my crib."
How long have you been waiting?
I leap backwards and put on my red bands.
So, the door opens deceptively easily. It doesn't even require any effort to open the massive 40-foot tall door.
Nicely counterbalanced.
But you don't think an elf could match that quality with stone?
Pretty sure a dwarf could though.
Possibly, but
Yeah.
it would be...
It's top quality, whatever it is.
And everything in front of you feels bright. So in front of you, you see that the floor, walls, and ceiling of a 50-foot square chamber are made of glossy amber-coloured marble. A sense of great age hangs in the room, yet is strangely untouched by time. Lying in the middle of the room, atop a pile of silver coin and gems, is a huge blue dragon,
Oh.
apparently asleep.
Okay, was this the instructions?
The instructions were only to get you here.
Yes.
And then the other instructions was like actually inside each casket or something, I think, from memory.
Yes.
So,
Or written on a collar around the dragon's neck. Or something. But
There are
shall we
doors to the left and to the right.
What's the left and right, sorry?
There are doors to the left and to the
Doors on
right.
the left and right. Alright. Do we want to make the dragon up first? And possibly be diplomatic at it first up.
or if the dragon's asleep, perhaps we could make sleeping dragons lie.
Possibly, although dragons have notoriously sharp hearing and are likely to hear us if we do anything.
Rather they tell the truth.
You got lucky. You got lucky.
What, he's not woken up?
Yeah, he rolled a 4.
So, we did there. Do we want to go and check out the side rooms, or is there an entrance? Sorry, is there a doorway on the other side of the dragon?
There is no entrance on the other side of the dragon, but there looks to be over 50,000 coins under the dragon.
I try not to whimper. Okay. Either what we're after is in one of these side doors, or it's under the dragon. Let's check the side doors out first.
I will give each of you an insight roll.
I was going to say, like, the competitor was going to suggest, you want me to see if I can actually sneak over to one of the doors first, just you guys can then react if something goes wrong, but...
Probably a good start.
And you want insight initially?
Yep.
I got 25 on my insight. I almost got a 20.
11 for Paladin.
I got
22.
You got 22. Okay, so 2 of you not really sure what's going on here, but the other 2 of you, if you're over 20, understand that this is a tome of an Archmage, meaning everything you see here is a form of guardian and test. So if you basically disturb the guardian, they will most likely fight you to the death.
Yes.
Which is not normally their death, because in most cases, most of the guardians themselves are protected by the tome.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a rare moment of intellect, I will reiterate to the group.
So you're saying this competitor is about to step off towards one of the doors, you're saying don't wake the dragon, is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Which means everyone gets to make a stealth roll as you move towards the doors. Which door are you moving towards?
We don't want to try and go individually and...
I'm sure you can split the party.
Yeah, let's stay as a group.
Okay. Does Fifth then have the help others type thing? No, it's a Pathfinder thing, isn't it?
There's a Pathfinder thing, yes.
Yeah.
I thought 15 did have something like that.
It does have some form of aiding, but it doesn't have the I can give you all my stealth roll.
Yeah, that's right. Effectively, you roll one for the group type stuff is the Pathfinder has. Okay.
21.
Wow. Are we sure we ain't going for it, so Kirsty?
Right.
Left or right? Right. Okay. So Penny got a natural 20 to make it 29.
Okay, so you help whoever's got the worst one with your natural 20. So what did our monk get?
18.
18. And what did our diplomancer get?
17.
So
I like my cloak.
So apparently the lot of you are a stealthy group. The dragon...
Considering the fact that we haven't been a fighting group for a long time, so...
The dragon did have a passive of 14, so anyone who rolled 14 or lower were detected by the dragon.
Yeah.
So you got lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so you reach the door.
Okay. Can I hear anything on the other side?
It has, as soon as you reach the doorway, you realise that it's a portal. It has no, it reminds you of the doors underneath Castle Amber, where you can see into it and out of it, but you can't affect the other side of the door until you step through.
Yeah.
And looking through it, you see clouds. A pathway on top of the clouds.
Okay.
Where the clouds themselves are your walkway.
That can't be good.
Okay.
Go that way.
Penedier will grab hold of Liney as he carefully puts a foot through the portal to see if he can actually apply weight to the cloud.
Okay, so as you put your foot through, you find you and Lani both standing on the cloud.
Okay, that didn't quite work out I was planning for. But
and a blank wall behind you. And there is no doorway behind you.
And the others can see the cloud? Can see us standing on the cloud?
They can see you standing on the cloud.
But we don't see a doorway anymore.
So it's a 50-foot wide corridor stretching off into the distance. The hallway lacks any floor, however, and instead seems to hang thousands of feet in the air. Wind whistles down the hallway and the air is chilly and thin. The solid-looking cloud trail, 10 feet wide, forms a path down the center of the hallway.
Alright.
Bonnie holds on to Predator the whole time. She's used to the seas, not the air.
Well, Penedier was about to actually walk towards the edge of the pathway to have a look down.
You don't have to walk to the edge, you're standing on the edge. Looking down, you can't see the bottom.
He did get some trick.
Wow. We're even higher than the plateau.
Oh, that would perform with the red hot sauce.
It's very mild. I didn't really perceive it as being even warm.
Yeah.
Penedier is going to check around his neck and make certain his whistle is easily accessible.
It is.
I think it's pulled out, whatever. Are you taking me to work or am I taking the car?
Hey, Paul, you might want to mute while you're talking at the other end.
Oh.
Sorry, Mark's half reasonable.
Okay, well, while he's doing that, sorry, what was the corridor description again?
Okay, so I'll describe it to you again. Beyond the door is a perplexing sight. A 50-foot wide corridor stretches off into the distance. The hallway lacks any floor, however, and instead seems to hang thousands of feet in the air. Winds whistle down the hallway and the air is chilly and thin. A solid-looking cloud trail 10 feet wide forms a path down the center of the hallway, which you then see Tidal and Llewell appear on.
Okay, so they do come through. Yep.
I will try to start or encourage Predator to start walking forward with me, all while I'm not looking down.
Where it takes like penalty is thinking, it keeps me a little bit higher than the edge of the plateau, but hey. These clouds are pretty solid. Good to see. But yes, if the others have come through, Penadier is happy to cautiously start down the pathway, looking to see if you can find out what's ahead or get any information of what's coming up.
We'll do the going that way thing.
Okay, so as you walk down the pathway, takes you 80 feet till you reach the corner, and then you see it turns and seems to go the full length of the tomb.
Okay.
Right.
And
how big was the first room?
The first room was 50 foot by 50 foot.
Right.
Okay, and it was about 250 feet on the side.
Yep.
So we've got 5 50-foot potential chambers per side.
Well, this one runs the so you can pretty much fit 5 across.
Yeah. Okay.
And this one seems to run the full length of it and then turn back towards the center.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going that way.
Yes, we are.
Predator will be on the lookout for the mention of everything about this tomb by an Archmage. Is going to be traps or guardians protecting the tomb itself.
Protecting the walls.
Tidal also expects that these rooms are tied to the elements.
Okay.
Considering this one here makes you feel like you're in the plane of air.
Right home.
Especially with solid cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But how much do you tell the others?
Yeah, I'll tell the others that this feels very elemental, and whether or not that element is heightened, I can't say for sure, but it definitely feels more prominent.
So do we get the sense of effectively being in a wide open space, even though we're in a enclosed chamber?
You feel that above and below you are endless.
Okay.
Right.
Penadier's also got his bow handy there too.
And Tidal feels an attunement to this area, considering he has got a connection to elemental air.
I don't have any air spells yet, though.
Are you gaming?
Yes.
Yes, Mom's getting ready for bed, buddy.
But you do have a sword.
Yes.
So the sword did survive the ritual. We may still need it. It may be his.
He has a sword of air.
Yeah, no, different sword.
Different sword.
Oh, right.
This is my sword that caused half a forest to go bang.
So some little subtle effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will gingerly withdraw the sword.
Okay, you hear it ring out like a clear bell note as you pull the sword out.
So it's obviously emanating to this.
I was going to say, as we were quietly and carefully moving along, suddenly this bell goes off, huh?
Yep, right behind you.
Sorry, I was just testing a theory. I will carefully put the sword away.
And it almost feels like you got lightning in your hands.
It's all right, Lani. Penadier avoided jumping too much.
It's very tempting, but I will put the sword away, seeing as I almost blew up a forest last time.
Give me a will saving throw.
Ooh, okay.
You only think you put the sword away.
Yeah, apparently the sword's fighting me now.
But you've taken it to a plane of air.
Yep.
What's it going to fight you?
He wants to be home. He wants to stay here. He wants to be out and living the world or the plane.
Oh, that's not very good. That's a 9.
Well, apparently you're happy waiting it around.
Exactly. 9, you don't return the sword to the scabbard.
It's making this becoming whistling sound as you're swinging it through the air.
Yep. I'll just swing it around and make lightsaber noises.
You don't have to make it; it makes it for you.
Oh well, there you go then.
As Lottie sees this, she just knows to keep her trident away.
Penadier will aim to actually quicken the pace a little bit, put a bit more space between him and Tidal.
Tidal, what are you doing?
I'm listening to it go hum.
Right, so
He's going hard, he's going swing.
It's supposed to be
Both.
We're supposed to be doing something here.
Well, the
It
sword's
doesn't,
reacting.
unfortunately. Still doesn't include swinging the sword around unless it's doing something to the locality that's going to be useful to us.
Well, in case we get attacked by a air thing. Could be an air current.
You don't have to keep swinging it, you'll get tired.
Fine.
It's as light as a feather. Lighter than air even.
Yes, but his arms aren't.
I'll just hold it for now.
So, for everyone else's benefit, what Stefan can hear here is there is a deep roar from down the path that you're heading.
That wasn't the sword.
No.
Penadier is arrow knocked, looking ahead to see if he can find out if he can see anything. Up,
As
down.
Lonnie now hears something maybe potentially dangerous, she gains a little bit more bravado. Let's go, Penadier. And follows closely behind him as we get closer to the noise.
Cool.
Okay. As you make it to the corner down the far end, you see rearing up between you and the exit a wyvern.
So this one's not asleep, I'm guessing?
This one is not asleep.
The roar was not a snore?
It was a answer to the challenge.
Penadier is preparing to shoot, but just double checking, saying, we're not talking to this, are we?
We can try talk to it if you want, but
Llewellyn can make a law check.
I can do that. Do I hit history?
Well, you have been talking to dragons.
Yes.
Penadier just spoke based on what your description, the fact that everything here was to defend the tomb, so
Yeah.
presumably not very talkative, but...
Yeah, well, that's... Yeah, it may still be talking. Dragons like talking often. So that might be barely useful. I got a total of 21.
Let's face it, wyverns are wannabe dragons, aren't they?
Elven wizard, certainly.
Wyvern, you remember, can't actually communicate.
They're not talking.
They have no language. They are the animalistic connection to dragons.
They're wannabe
Yes.
dragons.
If they could want, they would want to be dragons.
Okay, so I'm firing then. Is that what you're telling me?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing an initiative check.
Yes, we will.
What? You think you're ready for us?
It knows we're there.
I got a 20.
Natural 20.
I didn't.
Yep.
I'm on 20. Does that count?
Close. So what did Tidal get?
13.
13. And what
Mine
did...
was pretty bloody ordinary. Where's my initiative? There. 9.
Good job.
It's okay, you still might do... Well, not quite as well as the wyvern. But Tidal still managed to beat the wyvern. Okay, so Lani, apparently you beat everyone with where to go because it's still doing its challenge back to you when you get to act.
She will quickly pull out her trident and throw it.
What's the current range to it?
50 feet.
50 feet to it? Right.
Or probably, yeah. About 50 feet, because it was between you and the door. And the door was 80 feet away.
I got a 24 hit.
You strike true.
Oh man, that was bad. I got 11 lightning damage.
11 lightning damage.
Yep.
Yeah, they have no resistances. You're good.
Okay. I just
Yeah, a wyvern's it's a big flying beast with big teeth.
But still a dragon.
does my trident come back to me?
Your trident does come back to you.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to hit again
Okay.
with 15.
15 also hits.
All right. With 16 damage.
16.
Then that's the end of my turn.
Okay. And because you did so well, you get another round.
Whee!
Oh, yay!
That's the natural 20 aspect.
Yep. All right, so I was like, pacha, pacha, and now.
Go on, charge it down.
Again.
Charge it down.
13.
A 13 is the magic number.
Alrighty. That
Unlucky
is.
for you.
Yes.
20 damage. That was a good roll. And then second attack again. It's 22, and that is 12 damage.
So 59 damage in 2 rounds. Well, technically 1
Full
round
captain.
is actually quite amazing.
Good job, Lonnie.
And then Prey Deal with his 1 arrow.
Yes, I'll take a shot. Bugger.
Well, you had prepped it.
Yep. Right. We're going to say that was -5 for that. That misses. Okay. He tried to line up to hit the magic heart zone and went wide. So he will then move back behind Lani. So about 10 feet back behind Lani.
That's fair.
Well, I'm loading up for when you actually within melee of it, and then I can get a sneak attack on it, you see.
Okay. And then we
But
have...
yes, it was a total of 10. You said it was 13 with the
It was
AC,
13, yeah. And then we have Tidal.
Now, do we have to like jump between clouds to get to this thing?
No, it's a path.
Oh, it's a path.
It's currently standing on the path.
Yes, I was not suggesting jumping off the cloud in any way, shape, or
40
form.
away.
No, we're not talking about that. It's sort of it's a pathway. Not a collection.
For you, it would be about 60 feet in front of you.
60
Yeah.
feet. Okay.
Because you were following behind the front runners.
All right.
Yeah, we left the space when you started going.
Is the path
Yeah.
big enough to run past people, or okay? All right.
Yep, you can share spaces with people you know. Though it is as wide as the path.
Mm-hmm.
It is as wide as the path. Okay. That's a big path. Okay, cool.
But it is on the path. It's actually standing on the path. It's not flying or anything like
It's
that.
currently standing on the path. You don't think it'll be standing on the path for too much longer.
No. Because obviously Tidal's going to run forward and push it off the path. That's why it's not going to stand on the path much
Can
longer.
I use a key
Not-
point
Yes, you can use a key point.
to make dash as a bonus action on my turn,
You can.
which I believe increases my.
Which gives you a extra move.
Yeah.
So you can do a move as a bonus action
So my
and
move
as your
is
normal movement.
45, no 40.
So that's 80 feet.
80 feet.
Mhm.
So I'll dash up to it.
Yep.
It's my bonus action.
So everyone sees the silver streak go past you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll slash it with my sword of boom boom.
Okay. Let's see how your womb sword goes.
Sort of.
They might not want to put that on your painting.
Oh, yeah. That is a... $17.
17. You hit with your wooming sword.
Yay.
And there's a big flash and a sound of static.
It does
Would
7
that-
damage.
And what, 7 damage?
Would that not normally be used by a woman then?
Haha. I got that.
Don't do a subtle.
So it was a big clashing sound as it hit.
And then my extra attack.
And then extra sparks. Yes, you get extra attack.
That's better. That's a 19.
Yep, still hits. Which is good because your lower score did hit as well. It is funny when you have reverse armor
6.
classes. How much damage did you do? 6.
Ah, yes, I remember the old days of Thaco.
Okay, so yes, and there's extra lightning cackles from the sword as well as you hit it. So you think you're doing actually double the damage, half of it,
okay.
actual lightning.
That's cool.
Okay, so
Great news.
its go. It charges down the path.
So it goes past me?
No, it actually is basically charging down the path, which means it gets the bull rush.
Oh.
Which means it'll either push you down the path or off the path.
Do I get
So,
acrobatics?
lie down.
So that is an actual attack.
Oh, it's an attack. Okay.
Okay. Let's see if I can actually remember where the rules for that one are. Been a while since I've actually done that. Bull rush, she's sea shoving. Okay, where is... Well, it says sea shoving, but it doesn't have a shoving. I think that must be under attacks.
Yes, it is.
Do you know what page it's on in the PHP?
I could look it up real quick.
Looks like 195.
So waiting for the search to respond.
Apparently where my bookmark was.
You must have looked it up earlier.
Under grappling, we're shoving a creature.
Okay, so it gets to make a strength check by the target's strength, athletics, or dexterity, acrobatics.
So I need strength. Is that right?
Okay, so...
Right. You can use athletics or acrobatics,
Oh, okay.
and it uses athletics or base strength if it has got athletics.
Okay, so it starts by trying to shove you.
Yep.
What's your...
What am I rolling?
You either choose athletics or acrobatics.
I'm going to go with athletics.
Mm-hmm.
That's 15.
15. Okay. So, apparently as it goes to try to shove you, you stop it.
Oh, I just stop it?
None shall pass.
Because basically, if it had succeeded, it could have just pushed you off the path.
Oh, okay.
Or knock you prone, but it probably would have gone for push you off the path.
Yeah, it's either not prone or push it 5 feet away from you, and it could just decide to push you sideways.
You do not have power here.
Okay. In which point it tries to stab you with its tail.
Rude.
Well, it is with its
I
major
said
attack.
try.
Note that these things also use poison. Are you high enough to be immune to poison yet?
We'll find out.
So it hits armor class 10
That's a miss, my friend.
on a 3.
Ah, yep.
And apparently, at that point, it then leaps off the path, giving you an attack of opportunity as it leaves your threatening area.
Oh, okay. What is it doing? Taking a nosedive?
Well, if you can grapple it
Can I
and
re-roll
force it to the
that?
ground.
Sure, you can use a reroll.
Seeing as that was terrible. Table, please. Never mind.
2 natural ones.
No, I doubt this will hit. That's a 8.
8. No, an 8 doesn't hit,
Yeah.
as it flies off the path and in the gap between it and the wall and down below, and seems to go underneath the path.
There's a wall?
You have 50 feet with a 10-foot path. So there's a 20-foot gap between you and a wall.
Oh, I thought it was like air all around us.
But the thing is that the walls are just smooth and go straight down.
Okay.
And it's dove down under the path.
No, that's weird. I'll say heads up, guys, or bottoms
And it
up.
seems to be heading towards
Yes.
the others.
It may get you from below.
Okay, so now it is Llewell's go, and you can't see the Wyvern.
I will wait and attack until it turns up.
Okay.
I'm ready an attack for when it turns up. So
What attack are you readying?
I am readying an Eldritch Blast
Okay.
because that is very basic.
Yes, I have to ask you specifically.
Oh yeah. Well, for that particular roll, yes, I've got to specify what I'm doing it with. So yes, I waited Eldritch Blast attack for when it
For when you
first
see it
turns
within
up.
range?
Yep.
Okay. You have to, that's the trigger. So whenever you can see it within range, your
Yep.
Eldritch Blast will trigger.
There'll be a Flacoon.
Yep.
Actually, a triple Flacoon.
Normally, if you can have multiple attacks, you only get 1 with a readied action. I'm not sure if you can get 3 with an Eldritch Blast for a readied action. Because it only counts as 1 attack with a melee strike, even if you have 4 attacks.
Yeah, the Eldritch Blast is three attacks though, not 3 in a row. But if that is going to be an issue, I won't use Eldritch Blast. I'll use something that's going to be useful for anybody. I'll use Guiding Bolt.
Okay. That would work well.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, now we move on to Lani. Apparently you see it try to push Tidal off the path. Tidal goes, none shall pass. And then it falls off the bridge.
So what you said came true.
Lonnie will hold on to her trident and I suppose ready an attack as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She'll ready to throw her doodad when he is within range.
Okay. So then it is Pradia's go.
Again, so having given myself a bit of space between myself and Lani, on the idea that hopefully Lani will be the attacker, or the attackee, I should say. Peter will be aiming to be ready to fire an arrow when the wyvern is within 5 feet of a friend.
Okay.
Hopefully that friend is not me.
Well, you don't count as your own friend in that case.
Exactly. It won't work with me anyway. So.
Okay, so. Where did I hide my dice? That's where I hid my dice. Okay. So now it is Title's go.
Oh, okay.
You'll basically see all the others preparing to do something.
And I can't see where this thing's gone, have I? I have a rough estimate, or it's just disappeared.
Do you want to take an action and use your perception?
Did it look like it was jumping in the direction of my friends?
It looked like it was heading in that direction, yes.
Okay. Then I will Percepticon.
Okay.
That's going to be a terrible 12.
A 12. Okay. As you're looking over the side, you can't see where it's gone.
Well, this is all...
Even though its wingspan is wider than the bridge.
That's weird.
Okay. So, you're a little confused.
I'll just yell out, it might be invisible? Because I can't see it.
Okay. At which point, I'm going to give Prady, Lani, and Luell a perception roll.
I got a 23.
17 for Penny.
Yeah, my passive perception is 21. Should I roll or try and get higher than that?
That is up to you. Are you happy with your passive?
I'll stick with the passive.
Okay.
Seeing.
Okay, the three of you notice a shadow appear directly above you as you get to react as it's coming down on you.
Okay.
What kind of Mario nonsense is this?
Yeah, I know. It goes down, comes up, and it's like, well...
Well, there's a reason that the bottom was bottomless, because you actually look at the top, and then for the bottom, then for the top.
So does it...
But then when you see clouds below you...
It's flying upside down?
Well, it looks like it's flying down.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's flying directly at you.
Okay. But you could appear to be aiming, or is it still far enough away that it doesn't appear to be aiming at any specific person, or could we narrow down the field?
The three of you are fairly close, so it could be going for any of you.
Okay.
The only person who's not near you is Tidal, and it's obviously not going for Tidal.
Yeah. As I said, my ready action was when it came 5 feet from someone else, so I'm happy to keep holding at this stage. My action's still delayed.
So that means we do trigger Luell and Lani, though the highest perception will trigger first, so that will be Lani's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and make my first attack because that was my ready to action.
Well, you only get one.
I guess we only get one. Yeah. 17.
17 is a hit.
And 15 damage. And then am I able to move after that or no?
No, because ready actions do not come with any other
Okay.
abilities. You basically give up your turn to do that one thing.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And then Luell's ready action ticks off.
The Gidding Bolt,
Mm-hmm.
which goes for Kumis.
Which does go for Kumis.
Yeah, so let's hope it goes for Kumis on the beastie. That's a... Brain hurts. 21.
That would be a hit.
Versus Dex defense.
Dex
Which means
defense.
it's probably really going to be a hit.
So it gets a dexterity saving throw against it?
Yes,
what you're saying?
sorry, yes, I should actually write that right.
Okay, so it got
it's saving versus 17.
It got a 13. He does not save.
Cool. And this comes from overhead.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Sacred Flame. I'm looking at Guiding Bolt. Guiding Bolt. Boop, boop, boop. It is versus AC. Sorry, I looked at the wrong line.
All good.
Doesn't matter. I hit it anyway.
You hit.
And I'm doing some stupid amount of damage because this thing does that. Damn, what does the one have to hand? Sorry, I should have prepped for this. I
All good.
apologise. Oh shit. 18, 22, 29 points of damage. It's radiant, if that's necessary, which I don't think it is for one of these.
You hit it quite nicely.
Yep, and the next person to hit it gets advantage.
And it seems to be barreling down towards Lani, who gets to make either a athletics or an acrobatics check.
Can I get my shot off as it approaches in
You
that
can.
5 feet range?
You can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So the I'll take the 19 as opposed to the 2.
Brace the frightened
From
for
the
a
guiding
shot.
bolt.
Yes.
And which then gives me AC 21.
Which is a hit.
And therefore we are doing 3d6 plus 2d4 plus 14. 8, 10, 16, 19, 23. 33 points of damage.
Okay, it goes,
Mundane arrow through the heart business.
it seems to go deep into it. You don't even see the fletching.
Nice.
As it still barrels into Lani, considering it's got momentum.
It's got the momentum, yep.
Just so you Paul doesn't feel too bad, Paul actually took out the wyvern, but it looks like Prey did.
Absolutely.
So,
Kennedy will definitely take the credit.
So do I take, can I do an acrobatics check?
you get to choose acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, so I'll do acrobatics, because I have proficiency.
As technically its body is trying to bull rush you off the edge.
Yup, I got a 19.
Total of 19?
Total 19.
Okay, and everyone watches as the wyvern seems to take Lani off the edge with it.
Oh
Oh no!
And then as it hits the path with the sickening crunch. So she doesn't actually get hit by it with her nice roll, but she does get taken over the edge with it.
Oh no! Do you need to grab like a wing or something as you go over?
Pettigrew will immediately be grabbing his whistle, start blowing, and as he dives over the edge to try and catch her.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you start flying down to catch her, give me a acrobatics check.
21.
21. Okay, so you managed to catch up to Lani after falling down about maybe what feels like 200 odd feet, and then you realize that the path is just below you.
That makes it convenient because I don't know I can carry it too far while I'm trying to whistle at the same time.
So you sort of angle her slightly back towards the path for a gentle landing.
Yep.
And it turns out that this room does bend upon itself if you go down. As you're watching the wyvern flying past the edge of the cloud bank, again at a rapid descent.
And speeding up.
Well, it sort of has a constant fall at this point because it has reached terminal velocity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so we land nicely and all that.
You do with this big wind rushing, blood splattering thing go past you.
Well, let's face it, it was easier to catch you when I was travelling in the same direction, just slightly faster, rather than trying to catch you from a static position from the pathway.
Or do the Superman thing and cut you in 3 as you rise up to catch up.
Yeah. So as we land, I looked to Prairie and I looked at everybody else and I'm like, okay.
Don't do that again.
Not necessarily, just okay. Okay.
You got to see what it was like to fall endlessly.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
As you do your Gandalf versus Balrog maneuver off the side of the bridge.
And of course, realising the fact that Pandy slayed it as it was coming down there, and then came and rescued it as well.
But I'm sure Lani got in a couple of blows going down as well.
Yeah.
Die, damn you, die!
Yes, I won't tell them about having seen that there's no actual extra blood from Parady's hit, which was dead when he hit him.
But we shall
Move on.
continue forward
Yeah.
to the doorway at the end of the corridor, at the end of the cloud.
You're not going to stand to make women.
It'd be nice, but I'm not going to try and catch it.
Well, come on, you're a hero.
As I said, it was easier to catch Lani while travelling from above her and flying down to her, rather than trying to catch her from the pathway ahead and having a fall.
Yeah.
And the river being that much bigger, that much less suitable for catching.
Okay, sir. And you're sure that it will probably heal over the next hour or two, considering it is a tomb guardian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They have to have a way of a method of recovery.
Somebody saying I should get it because it'll take at least a couple hours for it to heal.
Except it'll take a while to skin it.
But yes, okay, so we get to the end. Can we see through this portal?
You can see through this portal as well. Like the first chamber you saw, this is a 50-foot square room fashioned from amber-coloured marble. It has a 14-foot tall humanoid with grey rock-like skin standing in front of a door to the south wall. The humanoid holds a great stalactite as a club. A large treasure chest sits against the wall behind it. It is basically just standing there at this stage.
Is this still in the window area?
This is just outside the window area.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't appear to have reacted at all to the women's war cry or death cry or anything like that. Or Lani's scream as she went off the edge.
Well, you remember these portals. Sound does not travel through
I'm
these
pretty
portals.
certain the sound didn't pass through, but yeah, so double checking. So.
You remember it well because you tried to talk to the party from the other side of this portal quite a few times.
Yep.
Until you figured out they weren't ignoring you, they couldn't hear you.
Has my sword lost its hum?
You haven't stepped through the portal yet. This is just looking through the portal.
Oh, so now step through.
When you stand next to the portal, you can see through it.
Yep.
Up until then, it's opaque.
Okay.
Can we recognise what this humanoid is?
Appears to be a stone giant.
Oh, brilliant.
Hence the club.
Mm.
Yes. Does anyone have specific knowledge of stone giants' weaknesses, strengths, other than strength?
I could make a history check, certainly.
Like I said, I can't remember what they come under, so...
Nature, if it's a normal beast, which it is, being a giant. But I get to use history for basically everything, so...
Patton, you got 18 on nature.
Yes.
Okay.
Whether or not stone giants are a common threat for the Atruaghin, I'm not certain.
Stone giants don't naturally live in your plateau
I
because
didn't pick that up that way. No.
your plateau was created after they had populated the world.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually have any of their colonies or any of the giants in the plateau.
Okay, right.
So one of the few places in the world that no giants have been.
Yeah.
But
in fact, they break the lift.
So what I'm looking at, I'm really, it's not a giant, it's just a bloody big man.
but you do recognize the fact that it is a giant, and normally they're very good at playing catch with rocks.
Yes.
Hmm.
As the size of its club is probably big enough to take out a horse with, if it was just to drop it down. Big.
Right.
Yeah, stone giants, they're some of the bigger ones, aren't they?
It is a huge creature.
Okay, so I think, like as a player, stone giants are a step below cloud giants, and then you go to giants, don't you?
Yeah, stone giants are
Stone
amongst.
giants. So there must be stone, cloud, storm. So,
Yes, progressive levels of don't fuck with this.
Fire and frost are also above stone.
yeah, okay.
Hill giant.
Yeah, because actually, you've got hill giants, and then stone giants might be the next one up after that.
Stone giants
Yeah.
are the next one up.
The size progression is different to what it was in 3.5.
You do have ogres and trolls and
Obviously, there's giant king. Yeah.
a few other giant kin floating around as well.
But yes, importantly then, does Cluel have any particular statements to make about stone giants prior to our entry, other than don't get hit by the big clubby thing?
Arcana gives you some information.
Would history do so for me?
That would do so as well.
Okay. Although possibly lesser. But, well, depends. History's trained. Arcana is not.
Each one will give you something different.
Yep, alright. I'll have a think in both directions then. Historical references, I get 23.
Okay, with historical references, you know that stone giants, amongst the other giant folk, were the creators of most of the enhancements to protection and defense in their war against the dragonkind. So, giants can generally sense those aligned with the dragon folk. And basically there is no peace between the two, since rumours of the storm giant's crown being broken, which was the truce between giants and dragons.
I will avoid attempting to make friends with it.
And that's in the world you came from.
Yes.
So who knows if they actually made the truce in this world?
Yeah, I'm also not exactly sure if this is in this world or not.
Or when this giant might have come, if it came from our world, when it came to our world, from this world, from our world to this world.
Yeah, basically what I meant. Yeah. Alright, so I'll do an Arcana and see if I can pick up anything on what they're actually like. And it's a big grey guy with a club. I didn't roll a 1. But I
You
didn't
get the
get
picture.
10.
So there you go. There's a nice little picture for you. It's
Cool.
that one.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah.
That one.
You can see the guy with the club, the stalagmite or stalactite, whichever the case might be.
the big rocky club.
Yep, the big rocky club, not
I-
the sword.
Yeah. Did you show that to one of the cameras or?
Yeah.
He did. He actually just missed it. Like it was actually, he showed more of the storm giant or the fire giant beside the cloud giant beside. That's better.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Clubby person.
Yes. It's a big grey guy with a tetsu with a piece of tree as a tetsubo.
Yes.
Well, this one looks like it's actually a column from a cave.
So say in Penalty's recognition, he's actually looking a bit weak, really, because he's only got 2 arms instead of 4 arms, like the giants that we met down in the Castle Amber.
That is true.
Yeah.
So basically, that would be his experience with giants.
Being able to hit half as often may mean they hit twice as hard.
I'll be back in a moment while you guys figure out what you're going to do before you step through.
Yes.
Okay,
I will say this though, at least it's not a golem, and we'd know a golem, it wouldn't know a weapon.
Yep. Okay, so
I will have to be back in a moment. You do tactical stuff and I'll shoot them.
so I guess that leaves tactical stuff for Lani and Penadir.
Yep, I would.
The 2 non-magicals, so therefore you'll run in and hit it hard, and I'll shoot it harder.
Yeah.
Thought?
That sounds like a plan. I mean, they left this to us, and my plan is just to stab it a lot. But Lonnie is very much figuring out how she can get a club like that to her size. Because she likes all weapons, and she's really appreciating how he's managed to turn this one piece of rock into a club.
Well, I think the simple process would be go and find a cave and pick a smaller stalactite.
Exactly. But she thinks it'd be really funny to beat him up with
His own club.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the thought process.
It would be great. Lonnie would try to pick up the club, but also knows that's a dumb idea, but also would do it.
I think there is an attack where you can disarm, but I don't know if it's a...
I think it's disarm, but I don't know if you can do it to creatures larger than yourself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, there's also the element of the... So Lonnie's treating it as a personal challenge that this thing's holding the rock like that, and therefore she can prove that she can do it too?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Gee. No, I don't think I have that.
No, I think it's a feat.
I think it's feet, and I don't think I have that yet. But I am an expert in club. And that's why I'm just like, I can pick up that club.
Oh, hang on. It says it's a... Oh no, it's a DMG thing apparently.
Oh.
It's 271.
Disarming attack maneuver is a fighter maneuver. See maneuvers.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently this... I could be wrong, but apparently this says there's an optional rule or something. I don't have that.
Well, I mean, that's probably just it. So that, yeah, there's a specialist maneuver for fighters, but yes, technically anyone can try and disarm.
Yeah.
Obviously, where it gives rules to the DMG you do that with, but...
It does give rules for that.
Player's handbook or DMG or both?
DMG.
Yeah, but okay. But as a fighter, you can potentially take a maneuver called the disarming attack. So.
Yeah. Yeah, versus the disarm maneuver, which anyone can try. And there are weapons that will help you to do that as well.
Okay. So,
but Lani, it'll be easy to disarm it when he's on the ground and missing his head.
Nah.
Oh yeah, she fully knows that, like, she can't actually probably disarm him, or she can't actually pick up that club.
We
but
can
that doesn't
try,
mean she's not
though.
gonna try.
Right? If you're keen, Title's keen to help you.
Oh, come on, the club's only as big as you are.
Yeah, I'll try and help you disarm it. You pick it up and hit him with it.
actually, the club would be wider than a horse.
Oh yeah.
The head of the club put upright down would squish a horse completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't get
Oh, it's a 3-man job.
So what I'm hearing is we're all perfectly safe because we're not horses.
Yep. I like that idea.
I'm pretty sure you're not hearing what was actually there.
Well, more importantly, Pennedy's hearing that the room was 50 foot square, so he can be at least 40 feet away from the giant at any one time.
As a guest of the Turtle Clan, I concur.
Okay. So apparently the planning that occurred while others were away was fighter type was looking to rush it to claim the club, and ranger type was going to stand back and shoot from a safe distance.
So who goes in first?
Lonnie will.
Well, how big's the doorway, the portal?
The doorway is 10 foot wide.
Okay, so
Technically, you do know that if you're touching at the time someone goes through the portal, you all go through at the same time.
We all go through together, yeah?
I do think that we should all go through it together.
Okay. So, ready, whatever actions or spells you wish to do, because, hey, well, okay, we worked on the idea that this is a guardian, and therefore he's not going to talk to us and he's not going to let us by without a fight.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah. The idea, okay, we'll aim to set up then that if we're all touching each other as we're going through, Lani and Tidal on the side closest to the giant, and Plural and Pelladia preferably appearing further away from the giant.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yes, Pelladia's immediate action will be to move to the far edge to be able to line up to shoot.
Okay.
But obviously that'll depend upon issues and things like that that's going on then. So.
Okay, so You manage to open the door, transport through. Initiative as you appear in the room.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that will see the order of things.
I got the.
Oh wow. Okay.
Lani is on fire today.
Yep.
Figuratively or literally, we'll find out.
I can keep up with Lani this time.
Yep.
I'm also on 21.
What did your title get?
23, natural 20.
Nice timing. That's what I like to see.
Okay, what did Llewell get?
11.
So, Llewell is sort of with the, it'll all work out, I'm sure.
No, so I'm winding myself up. I'll be ready in a moment.
You'll get there.
Yeah. There will be Fukumi.
Okay, so, I believe Title gets 2 rounds on everyone.
Yep. I get 2 rounds?
Yeah, because you got a natural 20, you get to act and then act again.
Oh.
Like you basically, but you effectively get a full round surprise.
Whereas when people roll a natural 1, they normally miss the first round.
Because you're just brilliant.
Okay. Alright, well I'll attempt to use my sword of... Oh, is my sword humming?
No.
Oh, I'm sad. That's okay, I'll try and hit him with the sword anyway. With a...
So you're taking advantage of the fact you're flat-footed again, so you can get past his wedge.
Okay, so you're rushing. Well, Jeremy, actually, you do not provoke attacks of opportunity in 5th Ed unless you leave their threatened space.
Oh, well, if he's huge, then he leaves...
Yeah, once you get past the first square of his
No, Paul,
reach,
you have to exit away from them. You can walk all the way around a creature without leaving a threatened
it's not
space.
a threatened area, not any particular square.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep.
But it does mean that if you've got a reach critter and you step past its outer layer, you get an attack opportunity stepping into the second square.
No, you don't. It's only when you leave their entire threatened area, not when you move through it.
Not when you leave a threatened square.
You have to leave their entire threatened area.
Right.
And
Cool.
so,
Makes it easy then.
which is a distinction that is necessary to make because it makes tactics different.
It makes a big difference. It means you can actually run into big creatures.
Okay, so you run in and clang.
It also means it's less useful having a reach weapon.
The sword stops about an inch away from it.
What?
That's less useful as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I then use a key point to attempt to hit it with my fists?
Sure.
Okay, write that down.
Technically, you have 2 actions, so you can still have another attack.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so...
And you still got another round of 2 attacks.
Okay, well, I'll attempt to punch it then instead. Well, that's going to be a miss. Because that's a 9. So I'm guessing that misses.
What did you get total? Total?
9.
Okay, you go to punch it and completely miss the huge non-moving giant in front of you.
That one was a feint. And so was that one.
You were thrown off.
And you got what? You got 1 attack
there.
left. You got 2
Wasn't it
rounds.
Another round of actions, yeah.
So first round you got your normal 2 attacks, and then the second. So from your surprise, you technically got a round of surprise on die.
Oh, okay.
And then you've used one of your attacks from the next round.
Oh, okay, right.
So the round everyone else is in.
Right.
And you're still going first on.
Yes.
How close are we to the... So behind us is a wall, right?
Looking behind you is just 3 walls. Behind the giant is a doorway. Behind the giant is a chest.
Okay, so how far is the back wall from me?
The back wall from you is about 35 feet.
Right, okay.
You mean the back wall behind the giant or behind you?
Sorry, behind me, because my back's not against the wall, is it?
No, it is not.
No,
Okay.
no. The giant works against the wall, though, is it?
No, the giant is about 15 feet in from the door.
Okay, yeah.
With right behind
the
it.
wall as far as his size allows him to be.
Yes, he's technically touching the wall with his reach, and there's a chest between him and the doorway.
I'm going to try and just punch him again and see if it does anything. That's a 14.
Okay, you managed to miss him again.
Okay. Alright.
Apparently he's more dodgy than the wizard.
Yeah.
Standing still.
Okay, so yes, you see Tidal rush in and start attacking, wailing in on it. Then it's Lani's go.
Lonnie is perplexed as to why Tidal hasn't been able to hit it, and also doesn't seem to be close to hitting it.
Well, his fish just seems to be going left, right, and center of this, massive target. Maybe its clothes are draping too much towards him,
It's shielded.
or as he looks up, he figures out that the stone giant is wearing a skirt and nothing between it.
He's actually wearing armor.
No, he's wearing. Well, he's technically got a toga.
Very hard skin.
He has a toga made of hides around him.
Yes, but he's got very hard skin.
Yes, he does.
And no underwear.
But I couldn't even touch the skins, I can't tell you.
Lonnie is going to move into the room, going about halfway.
Yep, you get into the center of the room.
I'm not getting close to the chest. I'm getting towards the center room, towards the next door.
Well, the giant is between. There's only one door you can see from here, and it's behind the giant. And between the giant and the door is a chest.
Okay. Am I able to move past the giant without touching the chest?
You can, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm going to ready an attack action should the giant move.
Okay. Okay, so you are now readied with an attack if the giant moves.
Yes.
Then we are up to Prayer Deer. As you get to a position of sniping.
Yep, so I'll basically back up against the far wall from the giant, and I will take a shot and try and point out to Tidal exactly where he should be aiming.
Okay.
14, 21 AC.
Okay, so you see your arrow go fly and then crumple in front of the giant's chest.
Okay.
The giant hasn't moved.
Yeah, but obviously the arrow appeared to shatter before touching the giant. Is that
It
right?
did, yes.
Okay. Well, that's my action. I only get one attack. So.
Okay.
See, it's not just me.
No else.
Big giant not being friendly.
Well, I'm not doing anything yet. We're not being friendly.
Oh, okay. Well, we're generically not being friendly to it, so I'm going
Well,
to.
assuming it's not being friendly because it's supposed to be a guardian of this too.
Yeah, well, we just smacked it, so it's not going to like the idea. So it's inherently unfriendly right at the moment.
But no one actually hit it yet. We've all tried to hit it, except for Lani, but no one's actually hit it yet.
Okay, so we're actually scaring it. And
So it hasn't reacted at all so far.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be quote
it has no time to act or react or just get pissed off.
Give me an insight roll for Lowell.
Yes. 19,
You think it's in stasis
which means it can't react to us.
until you trigger it.
I will hold off on zapping it and tell people this. I'll also look around to see if I can see what the trigger might be.
There is a chest and a door.
Okay, so I'm going to guess touching the door will do the job.
I was gonna go with touching the chest, so that's why I'm not touching the chest.
That's also a possibility.
We could do both at the same time, and he explodes.
Are you willing to try that, Mr. Tidal?
Which one are you going for?
No, I'll wait for the team.
You suggested one. I'm sure that they're more than happy for you to take both. You reach out and go, ugh.
Well, I have just told people that this thing is in stasis until triggered. We don't know what the trigger is. We should find that out before, or say, accidentally activating it by hitting it with something.
Would
I will look around.
don't you have what's it called? Magic site? What is it called? What's
Yes.
Detect magic.
Detect magic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to check the entire room for, including sort of giving myself blinders so I can look at any segments of the room to look for what is magic here and what isn't.
Okay. As you look for something magical, you realise everything here is magical. Your boots are magical.
Well, okay, that was an assumption, but I was hoping it wasn't.
The air itself is magical.
Oh, God, even that far.
The only thing you think that is not magical is anything you brought with you.
Right. So, does anything stand out as sort of brighter than anything else? Like, say, the chest or the door or something? Although the trigger for this thing's stasis may be little tiny things.
Strangely enough, the sword entitled hand is glowing brighter than everything else in the room.
Right. Okay. I cannot detect with detect magic anything specific in this room because everything's sort of magical. However, I will look around. I'll tell people that. However, I will look around and see if I can find any insignia, signs, any other indication of what is of any consequence in this room.
You do see that there seems to be some sort of insignia over the doorway that you didn't see on the others, but then you didn't look at it with your magical sight.
True. I will
So
have a good look at that. What do I see?
it is the Amber Crest.
I think this is definitely the door we want to be on the other side of.
And on the chest as well is the same glowing rune that you can see with your sight, the Amber Crest.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else written on either the door or the chest that might be of use to us?
No, but you do see the status of, field around the stone giant also has the Amber Crest on it.
I will tell people that one. So yeah, it's definitely all part of the tomb.
But you also,
That's sort of given.
so you're suggesting that you've got a marker on the door, the chest, and the giant all the same. Is that right?
Yes.
And you're suggesting that there might be a trigger that will remove the stasis from the giant?
It's, well, considering it's a guardian, I would be incredibly astounded if it wasn't.
So potentially, if all three have the same symbol, I'm guessing touching the door or the chest may well be the trigger. Although apparently touching the giant is not. So maybe not. Maybe that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too.
Because we tried touching the giant, and that didn't do
Here's
it.
the thing. Almost any defense will have some sort of way past it. What if the way past these is to be wearing the insignia of House Amber?
That could be something. Do we have anything like that?
We could carve it into something that we have, like, has anyone got a wheel of cheese or something?
You do remember that the insignias of Galantry were magical in nature.
That is a good point, and this almost definitely will be as well.
They would be magical items in their own right.
Yes, and
Carving
I
them
don't
would not
have
matter.
anything that would actually do that.
We can't actually climb this stone golem.
You can't touch it.
Yeah, you can't even get purchase. Okay. Alright.
That's why you keep missing it.
So it's not just in stasis, it's actually in a stasis field
Yeah, yeah.
that we cannot penetrate.
Damn it.
So we're not. Are we thinking that the chest and or the door are in the stasis field?
Haven't checked that. It's worth checking.
Well, or we just.
Touching the door may set it off.
I'm thinking of the fact that, like, yeah, chances are touching the door or the chest will actually release the stasis field.
Yeah.
So I would suggest, but obviously we're going to have to go through that door.
Yeah.
So therefore, if it is a case of touching the door is going to release the giant, then we have to release the giant. But and so I would suggest then that it should be someone who can dodge fairly well, or at least wants to be in melee range of the thing anyway, be the one to try and actually open the door, or the chest, whichever one you want to go for first. I'm suggesting the door. And then if the giant reacts in any way, then those who are standing a bit further away can immediately release arrows or spells or whatever.
And attempt to beat it up.
The one near the door can attempt to dodge and or beat up the giant from their position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everyone would need to then ready their actions again, because they would have lost their ready actions.
Oh, absolutely,
It's just so it was aware to the other players.
Yep.
Lonnie will volunteer to do the action while everybody else readies.
Are you touching the door or the chest?
I would touch the door.
Well, then the other one is that so Tidal would normally fight in melee, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Badly,
Okay.
but yeah.
So Tidal's basically going to aim to be standing next to the giant, ready to punch it if it moves. Liney's at the door. Did you say, or the chest?
I think you underestimate my
She would
abilities.
be at the door
At the
with
door?
a
Okay, yep.
trident in one hand and like touching the door with like her non-dominant hand.
Mm.
That way,
Yeah.
that she watch it, and if it moves, then she will.
So the statement there that you're going to touch the door is, if you actually manage to touch the door, that means you'd be going into the next room by yourself.
Well, is it a door or a portal?
There've been portals so far.
Yeah, that's the question, I guess.
Which means if we're going to touch the door, all of us should touch it at once, and the giant should ignore us because we're no longer there.
Or possibly...
We should all be along the door, touching each other. I touch the door as everybody else watches the giant and readies an attack.
Or the other option would be you could go for touching the chest to therefore activate the giant, which you try and dispose of the giant and then go through the door after having a good look through. In fact, actually, if Lani's at the door, can she see through the door?
The question is someone going to go look through the door?
Well, okay, not aiming for touching the door at this stage.
That's what I said. Is someone going to go? Because you have to be standing in front of the door to look through it.
Yeah, Lonnie will look through the door without touching.
Okay.
Okay. While she's approaching,
Yep.
Penedier and I would recommend to Clue or two. We'll take opposite corners of the room, so we can be in accurate distance from the giant. If even getting within 5 feet of the door is enough to activate the stasis field. So.
Okay, so you guys are walking over there while Lani walks in front of the door.
And obviously recommending that Ty will be ready to... he was already at the giant anyway.
He was at the giant himself.
To punch the giant if it moves.
Okay, so as Lani steps in front of the door, the giant moves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which triggers before Luell and Praydeer actually reach their corners.
Oh.
Because...
timing.
Yeah, the whole timing thing, that's why I was asking that thing. Because you were walking there as Lani was walking to the door. It was a lot quicker to walk to the door.
Yep, happy with that.
Tidal. It's actually doing a reaction, but your reaction triggers before its reaction finishes.
Oh.
So you punch it.
Reactions do trigger, can trigger other reactions,
right.
which will then, cascade.
I guess I will attempt to hit it with swordy.
Sword.
I do like the fact it's swordy.
That's a 18.
18 is a hit. As you hear the striking of it against its skin with a sizzle.
Oh, with a sizzle. Okay.
Now, elemental interactions.
7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. You see it bite in deep.
Does that then trigger initiative? Yes, it had a reaction first.
It finishes its reaction first, which basically was to strike whoever touched the chest or stepped in front of the doorway. He had 2 reactions linked.
Yep.
And apparently for Lani, she's protected by blood.
Oh,
nice.
It was a 2.
Got a lot of plot armor.
Plot armor.
So it hits armor class 11.
It's
Yeah.
only reliable.
And Lani is then standing in front of the door and keeping your initiative from the last time.
Alright, so she'll go ahead and... with that strike, is he within melee range for Lonnie?
No, he is 15 feet away from you.
Okay. Lonnie will move towards the giant and strike with 2 hands with her trident.
Do you go over or around the chest?
I go around the chest.
Okay.
Now stand on it, that way you can reach higher.
I got 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Alright. So this is 2-handed. Let's see. 18 damage for first attack.
18.
Second attack. Nat 20.
That'll probably hit.
Ooh, that's a nice hit.
Yeah. I just double my
Double
damage.
your damage, yes.
So that is 17 times 2.
It's 34.
It's 34.
Yeah.
So there's a big crackle of lightning and thunder as you hit it,
Yes.
which I can actually do on this end.
Yeah. Very nice.
So there is sound effects when you watch it later.
I like it.
So as
And
it appears
then-
back in your hand again, yeah.
Do I still have movement?
Yes, you still have movement.
You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. At which point then it moves on to Prayer Deer.
Okay, who's going to take a shot with his bow before worrying about moving any further away. Well, either way, he can do it because he can 15, can't he?
Yep.
Um,
You can move, shoot,
That's
then
right.
move.
Exactly. So yeah, basically he'll take his position in the corner and then shoot, with taking the -5 for a sharpshooter.
Yep.
Which is probably a bad thing because that ends up with an AC of 14.
Okay. It just glances off his club.
Okay.
Okay. And then it is its go. It
Uh-oh.
has 2 attacks.
Uh-oh.
As it swings down 1 at Lani,
Yep.
hitting an armor class of 20.
Gee. Yeah, okay.
I might have to get.
No armor.
Do I have enough d8s?
Not like
It's not a question you want to hear.
Well, it could have been worse. It could have been one if you had enough to 12.
So
Yeah.
that is 7. That is 21. That's 11 plus. So it does 17 points of bludgeoning damage on its first swing.
Yep.
I'd avoid getting hit by that again if I was you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
And it then swings at Lani a second time.
Yep.
We can't say it's not visible on our end, but I'm guessing it's probably flashing, is it? Or is it a 1?
Oh yeah, it's flashing.
It's flashing. Well, I will redo the camera in case it's having.
Oh, no. It's probably the fact that it's hidden behind one of the icons in Skype for me.
Oh, okay.
So,
Just counting up numbers.
Yeah.
So it does 50 points of bludgeoning damage on its second swing.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
I should avoid getting hit like that first one. Probably more importantly, avoid getting hit by the second one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is Llewell's go.
Who is going to maybe heal somebody?
That would be
Like Lani? Yeah, that would be a thing. It would be a bit rude and also foolish to not do this. Right, so you're going to get a Cure Wounds. Also do Tear. Yep. Alright, so you're going to get Cure. Do you want to roll this yourself?
what do I roll?
You will be rolling 4d8
Okay.
plus 6.
Almost exactly how much it had in damage dice. It had 3d8 plus 6. You have an extra dice.
Yeah. And if
Of
you,
course, it did 3d8 3 times.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was a good roll. I got 26.
okay, do you need more than that? You are going to need more than that. I'm also going to do
Yeah.
a my nice stream of Fey power, or Celestial power actually, and do Healing Light on you.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can only do
What range do you have for that?
60 feet.
Okay, plenty. Just
Yeah.
thought I'd check with those things.
Yeah. I don't have anything that's 30-foot range, which is useful. It's all 60 or 120.
No, that's fantastic for a warlock.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Unfortunately, I can only do a certain amount of healing per bonus action. However, another 3d6.
3d6.
Yeah. It's not a spell effect, so I don't get any of my other fun bonuses.
That's an extra 9. So that's good.
There you go. Yes. You're far better off than you were.
Okay.
So I had to add 7 to the last slot because you were -7.
Yep.
If you wanted to know the difference between why you got 33.
Yeah.
Ouchies.
Well, I have to basically account for it going negative where
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't go negative. So,
Sorry, I do have something that's 30 foot. I've got True Strike.
okay, so Lani's looking a little flatter than normal. I don't recommend that as a weight loss treatment, but hey, it
I was
works.
going to say.
Yes.
So what I'm hearing is that Lani's a horse.
Very much so.
No.
So, title. You got a flat friend beside you.
Yep. But they were healed, so they'll horse up. It's fine.
They're a little more inflated than they were.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
like cartoon, blow my thumb.
Yeah, yeah, you know.
Well, so she gets healed and now she's a D cup.
So I will. So I've got my normal attack, extra attack, and then I can spend a key to use my bonus action, I think, as a dodge. I believe that's correct.
You tell me. You're the good one with it.
I'm just making sure I do the correct things.
I mean, exactly. You'll have 2 attacks because of your level.
Yeah.
So,
I think he will also give you extra attacks.
well, I think it can be
If I
used in either
use
ways.
flurry of blows, yeah.
And possibly it can be used multiple times in a turn. I don't
God,
know,
that's
but
terrible.
in different ways.
Should I re-roll it?
That's up to you. It is 9:20. Rerolls only last for the night.
Yeah, okay. I'll re-roll that one.
But it does mean it turns it into advantage. So whichever the higher of this roll or the previous roll.
Obviously, the first roll was higher each down on the table.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's a 16.
16. So total 16. Or
No,
did you just roll
total
16 on
of-
the dice?
18.
The reason I asked is because none of you call out is what I'm expecting your to hit to be.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help I can't math for shit.
All good. So yes, you go from a miss to a hit.
Oh, okay.
That's the difference between 16 and 18.
That's only 6 damage
And you do 6 damage
with my swordy sword.
with your swordy sword. Yep.
Then I will attempt another strike with Swordy Sword. That's better, but not what I wanted. That's a 22.
It's a hit.
Non-natural. That's 7 damage with sword. Then I will spend a key point to give myself the dodge action.
Which gives you extra armor class?
It gives me till the start of my next turn, any attack rolls gain disadvantage, and I can use dexterity saving throws with advantage.
Okay. Then we have Lani, who's currently prone.
So I guess she'll spend...
Half her movement to stand up.
Yep, half movement to stand. And she is not happy. So she's going to...
Well, you just grabbed the wrong end of the club, that's all.
So she's going to adjust her grip, keeping a two-handed grip, and going to go stab him again.
Mm-hmm.
In the thigh. Let's see.
In the ghoulies.
Might be hard to reach.
22.
22 is a hit.
And that is 21 damage. And then second attack would be 17.
17 is the magic number.
Okay.
That's why Untitled missed last time with a 16.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good roll. 27 damage.
Oof.
Almost full damage. That was really good.
Okay. You basically stab in hard with your trident. As you basically feel your trident go all the way through, cracking a bone.
Hell yeah.
And leg just collapses underneath it as it falls with blood spurting everywhere.
Metal as hell!
As basically it goes down with a scream.
I love that.
And unfortunately, you've disarmed it, and the club falls on you again.
Oh no. No.
Yeah, I took the dodge action so I can dodge the club.
And he just collapsed.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not going to be able to, but in my rage, I'm going to try to pick up this club.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Okay.
Come on, here's an extra 20 coming.
I'm gonna tell you right now, no. I got
Go for not a 1.
a 10.
A 10. Okay.
You can reroll.
No.
Lani thinks she pulled something in her back trying to lift it.
Yeah. Lottie's like, and she's just gonna walk away, like, yeah, showed you, even though, like, nothing actually happened.
Okay, so yes, you are now out of combat as the whole area around you seems to have little pools of giant blood rolling around.
Oh yeah.
It's really odd as it's just rolling around.
I was going to say, but it's not all rolling back into the body again, it's the body reforms itself immediately, is it?
No.
Okay, that's good. Penadir will go and examine the chest and see if you can see any cracks or lock or things like that.
Okay.
Why is it rolling in the first place?
See, asking the real question.
Hey, I'm happy if it rolls as long as it doesn't roll back into the body. I accept this place is weird. Hey, we've just walked along a cloud for the last half a mile or something, so, and fallen onto the roof or through the ceiling or something. So I'm happy with weird as long as it's not reforming immediately.
I still miss the wind room. That was the best one.
So 25 on perception to have a look for traps on the chest.
Okay, it is not trapped, but it appears to be locked.
I will see if I can pick the lock, assuming that there's no key or anything like that sitting on the giant.
There is no key.
Or you can try sitting on the giant and see if it works.
Is there anything you still
27 on thieves' tools to try and pick the lock.
Apparently, no lock can stop you as it clicks open.
Okay.
Inside, you see a pile of coins stamped with Etienne de Amberville's face.
Hey, look! I found the symbol to get past the
door. We
the
get
stasis now.
Well, it's worth a look. And hey, coinage, but there might be other things in that chest as well.
You also see a hilt of a sword sticking out. Just seeing
Oh,
if there's
is it?
any different. Where is my?
Competitive maybe looking and thinking, looks all metal. He'll go and have a look through the portal without again touching it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and also there's also a scroll in there as well.
Okay, I'll look at the scroll.
And 2 potions.
Lottie will take a look at the hilt of the sword and try to pull it out.
Okay, you pull it out and you find you've got yourself a moonblade.
I was going to say, you try and pull it out, it's heavier than a pod.
Okay, and while you're doing that, Luell gets to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, goody. Because I just looked at the wrong thing.
A cursed scroll.
Yeah. And con is one of the few things I don't have advantage of for saving
Well,
throws.
just be thankful Lottie didn't use a reroll on her to pick up the club.
Yeah, that would be a little amusing. Okay, what happens to me?
What did you get?
How bad you roll?
I can almost see the number.
Is it that low?
I can almost see a success if I stand up on tippy toe.
Well, you might want to reroll then.
If there is an available reroll, I do wish to use that.
Okay, so you use a reroll. You have no idea how many are left.
Yeah, well, more than the one I'm about to use, which is
One less now.
Yes, good. I got much better this time. Con, you say?
Yep, double digits.
Yeah, 14.
14. You make the saving throw by 2.
Ooh. That's close for comfort.
Well, I don't know if you want to fail saving throws in this location.
So you read instructions on how to magically turn yourself into a fly and trap yourself in some amber before it burns to a crisp in your fingers.
Right, that is not something I want to have failed to save on.
Particularly since all the rest of us are so good at dispelling magical effects and that sort of processes. Although that actually sounds more like a permanent effect that wouldn't require dispel magic. Probably a, hey, yep.
It actually strikes
Like a
me.
set of stone type thing.
It actually strikes me as the sort of thing that would require a remove curse and a dispel magic, because there's 2 effects there.
Well, first you have to get rid of the amber, then you have to undo the curse.
Exactly my point. That's a dispel magic and then a remove curse.
The amber's no longer magical.
That's right. It's like you get cast.
No. There are different things that can encase you in stuff. This happens to be one where I am now encased in amber. It's a physical effect, so you've got to chip me out without killing me. I'm a fly.
But either way, you avoided it.
I avoided it.
Okay, so yes. And there are 2 potions. As our intrepid person stands in front of the door and finally gets to look through, because Lani was a bit distracted last time she was there.
Mm-hmm.
So you see another room has a 10-foot square platform protruding from the southern... from the... a 10-foot square platform protrudes from the south wall of the room 30 feet above the marble floor. You see a creature with the face of a man, body of a lion, and wings of a giant bat, and a tail ridged with spikes, looking down from the platform.
Fun.
Cool.
And there are exits in the east and west wall.
Okay.
Are they
Manticore is part of
Manticore.
Atruaghin mythology.
They do know of the Manticore. It is basically considered a cursed creature under the Atruaghin belief system.
Okay.
It
But
is
we
not-
know that it can shoot spikes and stuff like that.
You know, it
So-
can shoot spikes. Yes, it's basically something sent by evil beings from your tribal stories,
Okay.
i.e., wizards made them.
Yep. Well, Kennedy will just be watching through the portal.
And it is staring directly at Prey.
If they're going to try and empty the chest or steal all the money or whatever they're going to do, and all weapons and scrolls and potions or something.
So Brady does notice it is staring directly at him.
Okay, so it can see through the portal, or I will try and move to the side of it and see if the eyes follow.
They don't.
They don't. Okay, so it's just it's staring directly at me. It happens to be staring at the door at the portal that's the guarding passage.
We're expecting people to appear.
Yeah.
Still, poor thing.
So
is Lowell pocketed all the gold?
I'm going to pocket a good portion of it, certainly. I don't know how much of it I get.
Okay, so well, you've got your bag. It seems to accept all of them.
It appears to like the idea of me putting money in it.
It looks hungry.
Yeah. Do we have time, though, for me to put it all in, or is everyone going to help? Should I get a shovel? That's a thing.
You can't need a chest.
So I might get Lowell to make an insight roll.
I'll have to pour the chest into my bag, because the chest isn't going to go into the bag. I will do an insight, and the insight is 13. I'm going to guess. This is his. I should leave it here.
Oh no, it was about something else, and
okay.
at this stage, it's all good. It's all fine. You don't need to know.
Did Lani take the moonblade?
Yes, Lani has the moonblade. It is glowing with a light of moonlight, even though you've got light around you.
Okay.
It's basically a common magical sword.
Okay, just nicely decorated.
I was just seeing if they had come up with their own take on it, because depending on which source book, they call them different things.
Ooh. So now I have a pretty blade.
You do have a pretty blade.
Yeah.
That, like,
And a really heavy club.
It's a decorative item, and it's just gonna stay here.
So now you're running around with a fork and knife?
Well, she's got to get the full set. She's got to get the spoon too.
Isn't that the club?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I guess not.
Well, yeah. The thing is, to carry that club, you'd have to put wheels on it.
Exactly. I'll have my trident and my shiny pretty sword.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so who picks up the potions?
What potions?
There were a set of potions you mentioned.
Oh, I missed that. So obviously not title.
Yeah, well, it was mentioned by Martin, and it's just potions are usually secondary in people's minds when it comes to things like swords and huge piles of cash.
Do we know what kind of potions they are?
In glass.
Pretty one.
In glass things that you didn't pop and down.
I will have a look at them and check them out with my both Arcana and History to see what I can find out. By the way, one of the things I'm planning to do with some of my downtime is learn how to do alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there's several of the toolkits that I wish to gain proficiency for.
Okay, one of the containers looks empty but sloshes around.
Okay. As a faint guess, I'm going to say it's an invisibility potion.
Or the potion itself is just invisible but has no real effect.
That's also true.
Which, considering humour of the person who's got you here.
There is that thing.
It's a potion of liquid air.
No, it's a potion of invisible, not invisibility. It's invisible in itself and has no effect.
It's an invisible potion.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said.
Yep.
Yep, the other one is a yellowish liquid with an eyeball in it that bobs about.
Oh. How...
Good soup.
And it's moving and twisting and stares directly at Llewell.
How appetizing. It's either a potion or a pet. If it's a pet, what do I feed it? Pictures of cats.
There you go.
Eyelashes.
No, eye candy. Oh dear. Now, we're going to have to get these identified properly. So we'll pack them up and put them away and leave them till later.
Okay.
Leave them until you need them. And if they were potions of poison, oh well.
Well, that's the thing. If they're potion of poisons, I'll find that out as well when we get the...
Oh no, it means that if it's a potion of poison, it then merges with all your other potions, so any potion you may pull out will then be a percentage chance of being the potion of poison. That is the unfortunate trick of those.
What's the chance of it getting poison in here? Along with this good scroll?
105% plus tentacles.
No need to make you paranoid at all.
No, you just do anyway. Yeah, the problem. Okay, that's a big issue because if we've got no way of identifying it on the spot, the only thing we can safely do is leave it here.
Or give it to someone who carries no potions.
That is the other option.
One potion per person. Do we have enough potions for one potion per person? Is everybody carrying no potions? Because I can't pick any of them up. Not safely.
I don't think
Because I've got potions.
I might have space for them, but
No, the point is you can only safely carry one. Because if one of them is a potion of poison, they're all now poison.
No, the point is you could quite happily carry both of these ones.
Both? Why? If one is a potion of poison, everything you carry is now poison.
No, not everything you carry is poison. It's just that you can't tell the difference between the one that you put in there that was poison and any others that you had.
Yes, which means
so if you've got two potions,
which means either you can either only assume all of them are now poison, or you have to get them all ID'd again.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. But the idea being the fact that these two potions have always been together, so therefore you wouldn't necessarily ever tell that they're different. And the fact that you can tell they're different right now means that one of them's not poison.
And the other one possibly is. It's still a 50-50. You've got no way to tell.
Because you said one was an invisible potion, and one was an eyeball suit.
There's nothing wrong with a potion of poison also being invisible. Right? It could be a potion of poison. The only way to be sure is carry them to somebody who can ID them and get everything you are carrying ID'd all at once.
Yeah.
And do this every time you pick up a new potion.
However,
absolute ass.
If the
only if
two
you put them
potions that
together.
you've got right there, as long as one of them remains invisible and one of them remains eyeball suit,
there's still nothing wrong with the invisible one also being poisoned. That's my point.
But that's right. So the eyeball suit one, if it was a poison,
would also be the poison one.
But that would mean that if the poison became
You drink one?
indistinguishable
I was just
from
checking.
the
Tony was tempted to be like, but he doesn't. Checked his willpower. He's like, very tempted, but no.
There is a table for that.
It doesn't matter if one of them is
Drinking two potions
poisoned.
at once.
If you don't know which one, there's also a possibility of both of them being poisoned, given where this is.
I look the
Yeah,
table
that's
up.
right. But what I'm getting at is, even if you think one might be poison, right now they look different.
Yeah, and?
If we both put them in my pouch, it has no poison. I've got no potions on me. If I take both of them, and then an hour later I pull out both potions, and they're still different, then they obviously haven't converted to the same. Because whilst the poison potion might make itself look like any other potion in your pack,
Does it
Where are the
not
rolls
poison
around
potions.
down?
Does it specify that the poison, when it changes,
So-
changes appearance?
To interrupt the two of you while you're discussing this, Tidal says he has a solution.
Yes.
I
Drink
grab,
them.
A large body of water.
yes, me. I grab them both and drink them.
Oh no!
Roll the percentile dice.
Oh god!
Now,
Mixing
he's
potions
trying
has
to
its
create
own...
the poison.
Excuse me, can I speak?
Yep.
Mixing potions has its own fun.
Exactly. He's trying to create
What's
poison.
that one?
This is how one of my previous party members ended up with permanent giant strength.
Nice.
But there's also it's also a possibility to end up losing both your legs.
Or permanent death.
53.
Equally more likely.
53.
Or 100% permanent death.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did hear about someone who got...
Tidal
who got
disappears.
Yeah,
No, see, Martin's got a different mixing potion table on his website, though. So.
of course. But I did hear about someone who got... He didn't get killed, he got turned into a dead body.
Hmm.
And what does the other one do?
A non-magical dead body. There was no curse to remove. Because it was no chemical effect, it was instantaneous. Not a transformation. So not a continuing transformation. So yeah, he was a dead body that couldn't be resurrected.
Okay, so what did title
Yeah,
roll?
what's the title again?
So, Tidal disappears from your sight.
Oh god. Okay.
Look around for the frog.
Well, I guess the invisible potion was a potion of invisibility.
I called out hello?
Of course, now if Title's permanently invisible, that gets interesting combat consequences.
Okay, so currently you can see both the front and the back of the party.
What?
So
Oh,
it's a potion of
The front and the back?
all
Whose
sight.
angle am I seeing?
Your angle,
Huh.
as if you're standing in front of and behind the party.
oh.
Okay.
He's surrounding us. He's turned into the walls.
No. It's
No,
simply
really.
the fact that his clairvoyance won't go beyond the portals.
Well, there's that too. But
Dual vision.
if he's seeing all
Well, no,
around
but
us-
all-round vision wouldn't be the effect, because that would still be...
yeah, but it's not just being able to
nothing
only
else
see to a
happen?
certain point
No
because
kaboom? No.
his eyes normally only have
You
one
can't
point
see.
of view.
You can't see yourself.
Oh, you can't see myself. Right. Okay.
As far as you can tell, you can't. You've got no body, and you can't. And you're seeing the Llewell from both the front and the back at the same time.
So,
Okay.
so does Tidal make any verbal response when
I will
the rest of the party's going, don't do that?
Oh god! Oh god!
I can see Pancake. But I can see
Yeah.
both front and back of Pancake.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
You hear that coming from a area in front of you,
Oh god.
where Tidal was standing.
I say, wait, title. Are you okay?
I don't know.
Well, do you feel ill,
I feel
aside
myself
from
up.
vertigo?
Yes, you can still fill yourself up.
Okay. Am I still there?
Yep, you're still all there,
Okay.
and your sword is still sharp.
Yep, my sword is still sharp. Ow. Okay.
I think these potions were meant to help with the next room. So I think now will be the time for us to move forward with Tidal going in first, possibly.
Okay.
While there's still an effect on
I mean,
it.
I'm still
Yeah.
in one piece. I'm not missing anything that I can tell.
Good. Let's get going then.
I've been told to go into the next room, so
Okay.
I'll go into the next room. Even
Well,
though I'm...
can you let us know just as you're about to touch the door?
But it's kind of hard. I'm touching the door and not touching the door because I'm seeing me touch it and also I'm seeing your ass.
Well, actually, you're not seeing you touch it.
Well, keep your eyes closed when you go to touch it and see when you can feel the door or go touch through it.
You can't see your
But
hand.
actually, you don't feel the door anyway, do you?
Okay, I'll head
Important
towards the
time to have
door and then I'll let you know when I stop seeing your ass. Does that work?
Well, except of course that the
And then it gets
can't
cut off
hear you as soon as you
mid-sentence.
go through the door.
I can still see your ass.
And yes, so now suddenly you're seeing the doors either side of you.
Okay, Penadir is looking through the portal to see if the Manticore has reacted to the person who can't see out.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't reacted at all.
So I'm seeing the doors at the side of me. Okay.
No, it couldn't hear a thing. His perception is that bad.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Well, Penadir will wait to see whether or not Tidal is going to do anything to affect the Manticore in any way.
Okay, so yes, the Manticore is 30 feet up on a ledge.
On a ledge. What's behind the manticore?
What was that?
What's behind the manticore?
The wall.
Okay, so there's manticore and 2 doors.
So there's doors either side. At the far wall, up 30 feet, is a ledge with the Manticore on top of the ledge. He has cover from you.
Okay.
Not that he can
There's
see
no
you.
stairs or anything to the manticore. Or...
He's got wings. He doesn't need stairs.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I don't know.
The floor any particular pattern or?
Yes, it's marble. Amber marble. With flecks of onyx in it.
Okay. Can I take a step forward?
You can take a step forward, yes.
Okay. Do I still see doors?
Yes, there are doors still either side.
Okay, right.
Which you can see both at the same time.
Okay. I can't really contact you guys because I'm in the portal now. Oh, sorry, area. So,
So you want to go left
Yeah.
or right?
So you've just told us something you can't tell us.
yes, exactly.
So that's why Penadir was basically looking through the portal, waiting to see if the Manticore is going to react in any way.
I will head towards the left door.
He'll give the Manticore or Tidal a couple of minutes. If nothing happens, then you'll be saying, okay, well, I guess we're going through.
Anything?
Okay, so you stand in front of it, and looking in front of you, you see a 50-foot wide room filled with water.
Ooh, we'll go in that one next. Before I enter that, I will...
And you can see that the ceiling rises 40 feet above the surface of the water.
Yeah, that's fine. It's got water in it. I'm happy with that. Can I go to the other door?
Sure. You walk across the room
Yeah.
and look in the other door. You see a 40-foot wide room that is sunken and filled with mud.
So one mud
The
room.
walls
one-
and ceiling are clean, glossy amber marble. And a thick mud covers the floor to an unknown depth.
Okay. Am I able to go to where the other portal was?
Yep.
The original one?
Yep.
Okay, I head
There's
towards
nothing
there.
there.
There's nothing there.
No.
Oh. Okay. Fuck, how do I signal people?
You can wave invisibly, which you can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Martin. He said, "How can I signal?" Not how can I fail to signal.
Because if anything I do will attract this manticore.
Could you do some kind of silence? No, maybe not a spell, but do you have like make water cantrip?
I do.
Is it verbal at all?
Yes, most things are verbal.
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
And if you could find maybe some object on the ground and move it, possibly.
Well, you'd probably see the lashing of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you kill the Manticore, that'll be a sign.
Yeah, you want to do
That
that?
would too.
Yeah, just saw the thing.
You want me to attack the manticore? Okay.
What could go wrong with that?
Terrible idea, but sure.
Well, no, because they can't tell you to do anything at all.
No, that's kind of saying.
It's just his conscious talking, I'm sure.
Fine. You know what? Fuck it. This is how I
That's
die.
an interesting way of taking out the Manticore.
This is how I die.
But if he's
um,
got the right, if he's taken the right potion, that's actually valid.
can I use my key,
Yeah.
point of key, to use my step of the wind,
Yup.
which also doubles my jump distance?
Okay.
Which means, because jumping is half your speed?
I believe it is in height.
Yeah, so if I move 40, then I jump 20, but if I double it, then I can get up to the manticore.
Alright. We'll go with that.
Nice.
I will jump up to the Manticore. And slap it.
Doesn't even know to use your key.
Okay.
Which I'm sure is not a silent thing as you
No, it's not. Okay, what happens?
Yeah, as you go.
Yeah.
Yes, you've reached it. So you get to have your full attack on it before it gets to respawn.
Yeah, like we're saying, with the target from here.
Okay.
Because you didn't trigger its triggering effect.
Oh fuck.
By coming through the doorway. In a sight.
It was a site-based trigger.
Let's use a reroll.
You'd like to use a reroll?
Sure.
Okay, your reroll has been used.
It's gonna be my death, so it's fine. That's much better, but wasn't what I wanted. It's close though. That's a 24.
That's a hit.
Alright. That's 7 damage.
With the sword?
With sword.
Okay. Am I attacking her again, I assume?
Yep, because there's a standard attack round, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we get to roll for initiative.
Yep.
Because then everyone sees the blood splatter.
That's
Which is a sign, I'm sure.
13.
That's what that companion was looking for.
13 is a miss.
That misses? Okay. And then
You get to roll for initiative.
don't I spend a bonus action?
You can spend a bonus action. You want to know? I believe you already spent key this round, so you can't actually use it on key. I think you can only spend key once per round.
Oh, so this whole thing counts as one round. Okay, cool. Yep. Awesome.
Yeah. Right, give me a sec.
Oh, also, when I'm attacking this thing, am I also looking at its butt?
No, you're looking back at the wall you came through.
Oh, okay. This is confusing. I feel like I drank an Eye of Kilrog. This is a bad idea.
Okay, so initiative for the party.
Woo! Oh, God, not woo.
15 for Penadier.
11 for Lonnie.
And what did Luell get?
He's possibly muted.
Not currently on this end, but
He's away.
what did Total get?
I'm German. 9.
9. Okay, so obviously you're going fast.
And also, obviously, Tidal took too long to actually attack the wizard to activate the sign, so we'd all started to fall asleep, which is why we were starting to shit as well.
Well, I was hoping you'd see the blood splatter, but, maybe not.
I believe that the moment you attack it, you also become visible.
Oh, do I?
I'm just checking the rules on invisibility in this.
Well, I'm fucked.
Apparently.
Well, only if it acts quickly enough.
Okay, back.
Okay, so yes, he also becomes visible upon attack.
Okay.
So you can see your hand after you strike it the first time, which should also have triggered its held action. So it gets its held action will trigger off because it can see you.
Okay.
Which would be a armor class 17.
That I believe hits.
As it flicks its tail at you, which it was trying to do it the first thing it saw. Dealing 7 piercing damage.
Yep.
It's about the same as you do it, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
tit for tat.
Okay, so yes. And what was Luell's initiative?
I didn't get to it because I had to step away. Oh, bloody hell.
That's why I asked again.
Pardon?
That's why I asked again.
Yeah, you asked for it. Yes, I was out of the
Yeah.
room, as I mentioned. Anyway, 22.
22. So Luell is apparently quick to think that as the blood splats everywhere, you see Tidal appear up on the platform.
Right. Do I see what he's attacking?
A manticore, yes. You'd already had it described.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was just
All
checking
good.
that I could see what he was attacking because you just mentioned him, not it. So is it close enough for me to attack?
Not from here because you're outside the room.
You've got to get through the portal first.
You grab everyone else and touch the portal.
That is probably the best point at this point if we're outside the portal and I can see through it.
Okay, so yes, you touch the portal and everyone's through, and that's still part of your move.
Okay, so that's just the move. I still get an action.
It's still part of your move, so you can still have an action. I just counted it as 10 feet of your movement.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need to move other than that because, hey, I'm a turret. Okay, it's going to wear an Eldritch Blast because that's what I do.
Okay.
Well, it's going to get my Eldritch Blasts. So, let's just get me correct damage decents.
And from what you remember of manticores in your beliefs, the elves believe them as evil spirits made manifest by twisted wizards.
Right. So I'm definitely going to hit it very, very hard indeed.
It definitely takes on the type monstrosity for which it is grouped with.
Yes. Well, constructed critters is sort of very anti-elf.
They also plague the elven forests as the version of plague, not as nice things.
Oh, okay. So it has resonances for me as really not something we want to give any mercy to. My first hit, being over enthusiastic, has just hit the roof.
Mm-hmm. Premature firing?
No, just bad aim. I rolled a 1. Second roll, I get a 20.
You rolled a 1, did you, on your first roll?
I rolled a 1 on my first roll.
Okay. So
and a 20 on my second one.
So what was the damage on the first roll?
Did I hit title?
Yeah.
Oh no.
He is in direct of it, and it was a critical fumble.
That's true. I'm sorry, title.
That's fine. Like,
this is probably going to hurt rather a lot.
I'm surprised my head's still intact, to be honest.
But hey, you get a direct view of him going pew.
Well, put it this way.
I get to see the shot come at me. Do I technically give myself advantage? No, never mind.
Yeah, put it this way. The damage for this starts at 8 and goes up from there. I'm
almost tempted to ask for like a dodge for this because I can see it coming.
Yes.
Or it's like the oh no.
It's one of those. You get the entire thing played out before you in an instant with that. Oh my.
Yeah, 14 and 10 foot worth of knockback.
Okay, so you get knocked into the manticore.
Oh, he's on this side of it, bloody hell.
Cuddles was not on my menu.
So how much damage did you say it was? 14?
14.
Woo! You're doing more damage to me than the bloody manticore.
Yep. And then your natural 20 on the manticore.
And then my natural 20 on the manticore. Now the natural 20 is what? Is it max damage or double damage? Double damage.
It is. You roll the damage and then double it.
Yeah. Alright.
It's a simplification of it.
Yes. Yeah. 38. That's doubled.
We had some nice sound effects on this end.
And 10 foot knockback if that's important.
And he bounces into the wall.
It makes a nice crunchy noise.
Well, it's basically up against the wall anyway.
How far is the back wall?
The manticore's butt was against the back wall.
So, technically speaking, if I got smacked into the wall first...
So you got smacked into the manticore, and then the manticore got smacked.
Okay, so I don't get crushed by...
No.
Okay, alright.
So it can't move anywhere, so it basically doesn't take any extra damage because it can't move.
Yeah.
And you take no extra damage because you can't move through it.
Yep.
If it was a friend, you could have moved through the friend space.
No.
Okay, so... that was... you got a third missile?
I've got a third one.
Yep.
It's still going?
It's still going.
Ooh, well in that case it's going to be the third one as well. No title. I did not get another one. However, I got 2. So that just went past your ear.
Yeah, I reckon.
In fact, I get the impression that the only reason the second one didn't hit you is the first one gave you knockback.
Yeah, probably.
So basically, you
went
see
for the same
3
spot.
going straight for you.
Yeah.
And one of them knocks you out of the way, the other one hits the manticore that was trying to bite you because you basically went towards its mouth.
Yeah. Screaming
And-
Mackay, what is your problem?
And then the last one went through where neither of you were standing. So it was almost like he hit the same spot 3 times. Okay, so that was Llewell's amazing shooting. Now, the manticore actually gets to go.
Great.
And it's going to try to bite Tidal. Because you're that close.
I did just cuddle it.
You are tasty
Yeah.
and good with ketchup.
Yep.
It gets an armor class of 12.
That's a miss.
Then it tries to claw you.
This is done.
And it gets an armor class of 21.
That's a hit.
As
First one got.
it does 7 slashing damage.
Ow.
And then it claws you a second time.
Holy crap, okay.
And that time it is an armor class 13.
That's a miss.
And apparently it was a little off balance from being hit in the face by holy balls.
Yeah.
And it is now Predators go as you find yourself on the other side of the portal thanks to Llewell.
To be fair,
Okay.
I was put off balance by holy balls to the face too.
And Tidal is visibly within 5 feet of the
He is, yes.
magical. Well, I will take a shot then and try and put it through its ghoulies.
Which one?
Yeah, I was going to specify.
Where am I? AC 18.
18 is a hit.
10, 15, 18, 22, 26 points of piercing damage from a non-mage horror.
Okay, apparently you do find its ghoulies with your trick shot.
Ooh.
And it basically slides and falls off the platform and crumbles to the ground below.
So it takes some more damage to kill it.
And you now have a dead manticore on your hands.
Well, not on my hands.
And a tidal 30 feet up. You got to see the manticore fall down as well from above and below.
Is there anything else up on this platform?
Because you're still seeing all of everything.
Yep.
What else is on this platform?
Okay, so what else is on this platform? There's lots of blood.
Well, yes. Hang on. Is the blood rolling?
No, but it is pulling around stuff
That's fine.
that you can't see.
Oh, that's not fine. Okay. So there's invisible things I can't see here.
Yep.
Can I poke invisible place with my sword?
Yep.
What happens?
You see the blood move around with invisible things moving around as well as you poke it and push. There's a slight clink of metal.
Does someone want to come up here? There's like weird invisible stuff that's moving and metal-y stuff.
Yeah?
Just someone get up here, please.
I'll get up there. Okay, 30 feet up. Do we have easy climbing the ropes?
Oh, I guess I could throw down a rope. That would be, yeah.
If you have a rope, yep.
Because you guys
I
can't
can
do
The
climb
big
up.
question is, do you hang on to one end before you toss it down?
Ooh.
Okay, throwing me the rope and throwing me the length of a rope to let me climb up are two different things. Please choose the second.
Well, but also the fact that even if you keep one end, are you holding
Okay.
that end to actually try
Okay.
and brace you? Got something else to brace
Okay.
you?
Tempted to let it go,
Okay.
but I won't.
I will make the point here that if someone else wants to climb up, throwing a rope in a way other than holding one end is stupid and will not do it.
No. I'm more talking about the idea of is Tidal strong enough to hold the rope while you climb?
The reason I've had to ask is because I've had people say they tossed in the coil of rope.
Okay, tossing someone a coil of rope as against I'm tossing a rope to help them up.
Two different things.
I know,
Yeah.
but I sort of confirmed just to make sure that that's what they're intending.
Okay, standard operating procedure. If there's a rope involved, anyone using it is going to be holding one end.
Tidal just seemed a little confused with his I had some rope, so I thought I'd ask and confirm. He doesn't use it very often.
And besides, it's not like you can always rely on the electrical thing from Tidal.
Considering he does have to drape it over the edge.
Yeah. It's a weird sensation.
So you drape down the rope to the well.
Yes. I don't think there's anything here I can actually tie it onto.
Yourself?
Well, myself, yes, but I'm not very strong, so.
You could use the beastie as something to brace your feet on. It's not a light object.
Beastie fell down and dropped
fell
dead.
down.
There you go. Oh, it fell down. Oh,
Yeah, so it's just
yeah.
me and these weird invisible things and blood.
So you're saying that
Okay,
you
stuff
found...
Stuff it. I'm using a spell. I'm going to get up there with Dimension Door.
Okay.
Oh.
What was that?
Pettidier is going to call up the Tidal saying the fact that... So you're saying you can feel and move something around up there, but you can't see it?
Yeah, there's blood pooling around it. It tinks like metal, but
Can you pick it up?
you want me to touch everything in here? What if it's dangerous?
Yes,
Well,
fine.
if it's dangerous, then it'll become visible when it attacks you.
Not necessarily.
Pettidier asked the question, can you pick it up?
I don't want to try?
Can you kick it off the edge?
How many of these objects are there?
Lots of them.
Okay. Seeing I've just
Okay.
got up
Yeah.
there,
Yeah,
I'm going
pick me
to
up there
check.
and take up. Yeah.
Seeing I've just got up there,
Yep.
I'm going to check some of this out. What does it feel like?
Well, Dimension Door did feel really weird for you here.
Yes. Did I end up where Tidal is?
You did end up where Tidal is, but it sort of felt like you were, instead of portaling through the ether, which you're used to, you're sort of like you were ripping a hole in the fabric of the universe.
Because this place is like that.
Well, yeah, this place is already separated. So.
Yes, exactly. So I'm actually ripping a hole
I'm going to give you
in this place to go to another place in this place.
So I'm giving you an insight roll.
Okay. That's insightfuls. 18.
An 18. You are very disturbed by your bag of holding.
Okay. Player forgot. Doing that with a bag of holding is a bad idea unless I practice with it.
Your bag of holding is with you.
No, it is something that I had set that I would not do until I'd actually practiced with it, and we haven't had time for me to practice with it.
The other thing is you're also very disturbed about the fact that a bag of holding still has its contents when you've travelled through time and between universes.
During one of our chats, I'll have congratulated my bag on the circumstance.
Which makes you think it's not actually a bag of holding.
Yeah, it's a bag of something interesting. Well, it's a rogue's bag, but yeah, what it's actually doing, I'm not sure.
The question is, are you on top of the platform at the moment?
He is.
Well, the thing is, if I get that from having spoken, having attempted things with my bag and going, it's not actually a bag of holding, until I've determined that I can safely dimension door with it, I will not do so.
Well, you forgot momentarily and it worked, so...
I forgot it worked. And,
Which gave you the insight roll.
You got a reminder. Okay, remember, don't do that again.
Yes.
So, now you're up there.
Now you're
Right.
thinking like Title.
So has Title kicked anything off at all? While we've
I
been
haven't
disturbed
yet.
in the
I've been joined by a dimension door person.
You can sort of still see the hole in the room where he ripped the fabric.
There's a fabric in the place that I'm teleporting
How big is this
through.
hole?
It's about a person-sized hole.
Yeah.
You know you left behind a person image thing.
Penadil
I look behind me, and
Penadil will be examining the hole, the cracks.
well, I'm going to have a look behind me because that hole is right there.
Yeah, you can see Parody right behind you through the hole.
It will normally allow another person to travel through if Parody wants to come up as well. But okay, that's coming on for interesting.
It's kind of like how I can see with this potion.
So you can now see 3 different ways now.
What?
Because you can see down through the side, you can also see through the portal, and you can see through on a different angle.
I'm rolling for nausea.
Well, probably 4 ways you can see through the portal
all
twice.
over
This is like visualception right here.
Yes, it is.
I throw up.
Good, because and you add mixture to the blood
Yeah.
empire,
Sorry. Like seeing 12 things at once was just too much for me.
and you get to see that from different angles.
That doesn't help.
That does make it less bad for you.
Yes.
But hey, you've more effectively defined the invisible object.
Yep. You believe Llewellyn's looking down, and there's hundreds, thousands of coin-shaped little outlined areas here.
Okay, have a look with my magic sight.
Yep.
What am I seeing there?
A pile of blood covering stuff, and vomit.
Right. Well, the vomit's brand new. I know about that. I heard it.
Try seeing it in 5D.
Yeah. No. I'll leave that to you. Thanks. Okay. Pull out my water skin. Wash the blood away.
Mm-hmm.
What can I see? What can I see there now?
You see a gap.
Okay.
Basically, you're thinking something is invisible. You can't
Yep.
actually see invisibility with detect magic.
Yes.
You've dealt with invisibility before.
Yeah. I don't actually have a spell that will counter it. But if you're doing something like this, a pile of things with invisibility, you don't do it per item. So if you spread this out, the invisibility should break. Doesn't really matter. I'll pick one of them up and have a feel of it to see what it is.
It's a coin.
Oh, I know how to deal with coins. I put them in my bag.
Mm-hmm. You've got thousands of them up here. It was the bed of the manticore.
Ah. Well, considering I can't really tell by touch the difference between a copper and a platinum, I'm going to be enthusiastic and I'm going to get them all.
Okay, you get as many as you can.
I tell, while I'm doing this, I'll tell Tidal what I've discovered.
Mm.
They're coins. They're invisible. They're still coins. We can get the invisibility off them.
I just shrug and start hand shoveling this invisible crap into Llewellyn's bag.
It only takes one at a time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is going to take hours.
It still only takes one at a time. It's only been taking one at a time for a while now.
Okay, I'm going to ask you why it's only taking one at a time.
It doesn't tell you.
Oh.
Like a piggy bank.
Yep.
So as soon as it turns out that it was coins up there, Penadier is going to calmly wait for the greedy guys to fill their things one by one, and he'll have a look through the other
Is there
portals
still
while
blood
he's waiting.
here?
What was that? Yeah, there's blood and vomit there.
Okay, can I kind of try and grab one of the invisible coins?
Mm-hmm.
dip it in blood
Mhm.
and throw it at Predator and say catch.
Sure.
It sticks to his forehead.
Well, no. The point is, does it hit?
Give me a ranged attack roll.
Because then it's attacked me and it all becomes visible.
I'm giving you warning. Like, I'm not actually trying to hit you. I'm giving you warning, hoping you'll catch it.
Yeah, no, but you're still attacking him with it.
What's a throw? Is that dex?
It's dex, yes. But you're not trained with it.
No. Is it like a particular skill or just a flat?
It is your dexterity bonus added on top of it.
Then that's 11.
I believe 11 won't hit Prey, did?
No, that's right.
Okay, you
Especially
miss.
since he'll dodge aside because hey.
And you see a little gold coin sitting down on the floor nearby.
He does.
No, you do.
I see a gold coin.
Mhm.
What? How? Where am I seeing this?
Bounced somewhere near Prey did when you missed.
Oh, so I'm seeing from the other view now.
Well, you see it from two different angles.
Oh, yeah, that's
There's
right.
a little coin down on the ground there now.
So through the other vision I can see it.
No, from both visions.
through
you can
both
see it.
visions.
Oh, okay. So
You-
it's
The
you
got
would
point is, the invisibility is no longer on that coin.
Because you've attacked with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can I
So, as I
dip
said-
another one in blood and see what happens?
That's
Sure,
my
you're
original
getting
plan.
all of it. You don't need to cover it in blood. Just attack somebody with it.
Try to kick him off the
Yeah, well,
edge.
Title doesn't know this.
Have someone stand underneath and try to kick him off the edge.
I may also suggest try fizzing.
Okay, so you dip another one in blood.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, take into account the invisibility effect. All you have to do is attack with it. If you throw to attack to deliberately miss, that still counts as an attack action, and will still break the invisibility.
You can throw to attack the wall.
Yeah. You could
Yeah.
also attack. You could also do it by the handful.
Throw one at Pancake.
Which one's Pancake?
No, not a pancake. That's me.
Okay, you threw one at Pancake.
Since the rock incident.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned I was trying to miss, but I didn't, so oh well.
Natural 20?
You
No,
nearly missed.
that's a 14.
14.
My armor class is 15, so.
So you miss anyway.
Yep, I
Bounces off.
Yep.
You see a gold
Right.
coin sitting somewhere near Lani.
Yeah.
I'll
I
just
yell
let
at you
them
and
know
it's
this.
like, hey!
gold coins near you.
That's my stuff.
Just have a look at them. Maybe they're special or something. Apparently, if you throw them at people, they appear.
I take a look at the gold coin he throws.
It's covered in blood and vomit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it.
I thought it chose just blood for these ones.
You did, but the blood and vomit have been mixing.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yuck.
It's gold. It still works. It's still got value.
Mm.
I kick it with my shoe to try to semi-clean it off the floor.
It sort of slides across the floor.
Yeah, I did say at one point that
What I was
poured
thinking,
water
it turns
over
back
but
invisible.
apparently had no effect.
Well, you only poured water over some of them, not
That's
all.
right. Okay. Might have been the area you were working with.
Okay, so while you're doing that, Jeremy looks in one door. You see the area full of mud.
Yep.
And you look in the other door and see the area full of water.
Okay. I will. Well, I said the water hasn't come taken, so I'll stay at the water and keep walking and seeing if I can see anything moving in the water while waiting for the rain of gold to finish or the gold collection to be completed, the invisible coin collection to be completed.
Well, I don't think I have enough space to even take many of these coins, so I'll probably be over encumbered by the time I'm done.
So I think we'll end up finishing up in this room for tonight and pick up next
Yep.
session with you having collected a bunch of the coins, though not all of them, as some did fall off the top with the manticore.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did anyone look at the coin faces?
What?
I threw them down so people could look
No,
at
I didn't touch it because it's
I picked up one of the coins and had a look at it. After it was I said I looked at it and I was told it was a coin. I was given no further info.
It was in the only ones you can see are invisible.
That's why I was hoping the ones I threw could be looked at by...
Yeah, but it was metal, so Penalty had no interest in it.
You also, like, actively covered them in blood just by throwing them, and I'm not gonna touch that. That's gross.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's not like the fight that everyone wants to get blood on their hands.
It's more like... It's
well, you
more
don't.
like...
It
why?
makes your weapon slippery. But there's nothing wrong with going, coin with ink on, pour water on, look at coin.
Well, this is why I punch things and not scholar things.
Unless Luel says that out loud, Lonnie's not gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there is a thing. You're down there with the... Actually, I'll pick up a couple of coins and throw them at the ground at my feet.
Okay.
They're now visible. I can clean one and have a look at it.
Okay, so you throw them at the ground. I see quite a few of them bounce, and you see the gold bouncing around you.
Cool.
A few of them roll off the edge, but you manage to grab one.
That's all right. There are people down there. They can pick them up.
And
make sure they do.
They do have the same symbol of Etienne the Amberville on there.
Oh, that guy still. Okay.
Yes.
I was hoping for a different face.
Well, this is his tomb.
Like maybe the Manticle's face.
Maybe the Manticore had his
Maybe.
face.
Maybe there's some manticores on the other side
Maybe
of
the
the coins.
Manticle is Etienne.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Okay, so we'll finish up there for tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much, Martin. Thanks all.
We will see where you end up in a fortnight, because there's not much left before you reach the end.
Yeah. Well, once we finish this tomb,
I vote
that
Waterworld.
would be the fix of it, wouldn't it?
If you survive that long, yes.
Well, there is that.
Well, now we haven't seen fire yet, assuming that the mud is earth, as opposed to actually there's crazy elementals involved in the earth watering the mud.
But you also didn't look in the room opposite the air one.
Yeah, we've got to look at that as well.
Yeah, so it means that, like, yes, it could have been an option of air and fire the first after the dragon room, and then it could option of earth or water in this room.
I'm so looking forward to the water room though. It's like the entire party goes in and two of us are like, well, what's wrong with you guys? It's fine.
Well, I was thinking the fact that, hey, you were trying to claim these coins. There's a room full of water just on the other side of that portal.
Oh dear. Yeah, well, there is that.
Anyway, have a good night all. Thanks very much.
Alright.
You too, thanks.
Good
Catch
night,
you next
everyone.
time.
Good night.
Yep.
See you tomorrow night, Martin.
See you later.
Bye all.
Bye, all.
Bye.
It does mean I have to get all those coins back out of the pouch.
Mm-hmm. And remember, he likes to give them one at a time as well.
I know.
Hey,
I know at least putting them in sort of I can hold a handful of them and just go plop, 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 plop.
He doesn't mind that.
Yes, as long as it's just the one.
You're gonna have to
Yes,
hire someone just to deposit these into a bank. You know that?
Well, once I've got them changed into something like platinum or gems or something like that, it's going to be a lot easier.
We will.
It's just getting near someone who can do that.
I'm going to go now, Paul,
Yes.
and I will talk to you later.
Good night.
Yep, later.
Good
All right.
night.
How you doing?